It's the high school football game of the week on Wild Country 107.7. Tonight's game is brought to you by Pidcock Glass, McFadden Insurance, Tinks Auto Trading Post, your local McDonald's, First National Bank, Little Italy Pizza in Nelsonville, Gloucester, and New Straitsville, J&K Contracting, Fred Wolf Automotive, Athens Insurance Services, Athens Automotive Keys, Rutland Bottled Gas, Tri-County Career Center, H&R Block, Holzer Health System, and Coach's Appliance Heating and Air. Let's head out to the stadium for tonight's game on Wild Country 107.7.
In Nelsonville, Fred Wolf Automotive is your local solution to your automotive needs. Whether it's your first car or your last, they are here to help. People always ask, who was Fred Wolf? He was their great-great-grandpa who had a car dealership in Nelsonville in the 1950s. They thought it was fitting to bring his name and some of his entrepreneurial spirit back to life. The inventory is constantly changing, so if they do not have what you are looking for, please give them a call. Local people who love to help local people. Fred Wolf Automotive, located at 1273 Chestnut Street in Nelsonville, 614-309-1756.
There's only one perfect food for watching or listening to sports. Pizza! Get ready for the game by calling one of the 3 locations of Little Italy Pizza in Nelsonville, Gloucester, or New Straitsville. Dough made fresh every day with 3 crusts to choose from, with all the toppings a pizza lover craves. Little Italy Pizza also features mouth-watering subs, sandwiches, salads, and appetizers. Open 7 days a week. Gloucester, New Straitsville, and Nelsonville. Locally owned and operated.
Tax season's greetings from your friends at H&R Block. Whether you choose to file virtually, in person, or via drop-off, let's make it a season worth celebrating. File your way with H&R Block and get upfront, transparent pricing, expert help at every step, and a max refund guarantee that means you'll ring in the season by getting every dollar you deserve. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees.
H&R Block at 507 Richland Avenue in the old Morrison School Building in Athens, 740-589-5403.
You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7 WSEO Nelsonville.
Welcome, everyone, to the Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7, the Fred Wolf Automotive pregame show here at Alexander High School as the Spartans set to take on the River Valley Raiders. Joe Higgins alongside Nathan Lamb on the call here today, and Mark Hunter back at the station going to keep us on the air. Nathan, thanks for joining us once again. Got a few games under your belt with us, and really great job so far. Great job.
I appreciate that. It's definitely a fun hobby of mine, and something I've done a few times over the last few years, but it's always fun to get out and see these kids on a Friday night play football. You get to see the cheerleaders, the band, everybody that puts all the hard work into, what it takes to put on these productions every Friday. It's not just about the football team, as we're seeing tonight here, homecoming in Alexander. They're bringing out their court tonight, so it's always a fun atmosphere, especially here at Alexander. I've done a few games here before. Great crowd, great support here in the Albany area for their sports programs and student athletes in general.
And nothing better than being out at a football game on a Friday night. Great weather for it here tonight at Alexander. Homecoming night, as you said. So a lot of fun, great atmosphere. Student section out in force for the Spartans. And a nice crowd filled in as we are going through the homecoming celebrations right now. And then we'll get to the national anthem. But let's get into the game a little bit while we have a moment. River Valley coming in a little bit of a streak here that they're trying to break.
Yeah, the River Valley Raiders obviously come into tonight's game looking for that first win. Last year, they struggled to be able to pick one off. They went 0-10. The year prior to that was the same thing.
Yeah.
Actually, the last team that they have victory against on the varsity side of the football field is the Spartans back in 2021 on October the 1st that year. So it's been a minute, but really injuries have plagued this team. First-year head coach, again, it kind of seems like we say that every few years with River Valley. But I do want to point out one thing. Number one, great support for their fans over there on the sideline. It's easy to follow a winner, but you're looking at a very good supportive cast of fans and family members over there for the Raiders. As they're going to try to pick off a win tonight here in the TVC. Obviously, would mean the world to them. And one other thing before we move on to Alexander, I do want to point out that River Valley's junior high team is actually 5-1. So
excellent.
There are some players on the way for this program. It's just about setting into the new coach, getting things going that way, and kind of continuity and building the program from the ground up. And I think that they'll be able to do that over the next few years.
Well, I think one of the key defining factors for football teams in general, and then obviously for high school, is hope. You're always keeping on to that, to what you can be next. And River Valley, given the winless streak that they have, that's all they've got to hold on to is that hope. So you got a junior high class coming up. That's great. But let's start the hope here tonight to see if they get a victory against the Alexander Spartans, get their first TVC Ohio victory. Both teams looking for that, by the way.
Yeah, Alexander, obviously a couple wins on the season this year, but 0-3 in conference play. So they're looking for a big win tonight here on homecoming. They love nothing more than to kick this weekend off with a victory over River Valley. And, you're going to see, I feel like you're going to see quite the contrast from a week ago when Alexander was over Benton County. They were shut out. They only gave up 14 points to the Vikings, and what a lot of people thought was going to be a little bit more of a margin of victory for Benton County last week. The Spartans defense played very, very well last Friday night in MacArthur, and if they can carry that over to tonight, that offense, I think just the factor of no rain tonight, it's a beautiful day. The field looks like it's in perfect condition tonight. I think that Alexander offense is primed and ready to explode today.
Satellite fumbles were an issue last week.
There were about 14 fumbles combined between the two teams, and you heard me right, 14. That's a pretty incredible number. And actually, we tried to look it up. We couldn't find the record for the state of Ohio, but we set multiple other state records that we found. We had more fumbles than anybody ever has in the state of Arizona.
Oh, my goodness.
And also the record for NFL fumbles, I believe, was way under that too, which you would expect. But still, it was kind of fun to look that up and talk about it, just because it was just so, you don't expect that, but you kind of do when a hurricane blows through and weather's terrible. And you got two teams that with Alex that likes to pass, and obviously they've got a slew of running backs too, and it was just so hard to keep a hold of the ball last week. But I expect that the Spartans worked on that this week, and I think that they're primed and ready for tonight's game.
So this is a game, obviously in all games pretty much turnovers is such a key factor on it, but this is a game that seems like the team that creates the least amount of mistakes, the least amount of turnovers, given the records on both squads, is most likely to get this victory, because that's probably the main thing that is causing them to fall in other games.
Yeah, and you saw that last week with Alexander. They moved the ball at times, and it seemed like anytime they'd get the ball across midfield, there would be a turnover, and it would end that drive. That's what they can't afford tonight.
Absolutely. We're going to step away from the Fred Wolf Automotive pregame show for the national anthem. We'll be back on the other side. Stay with us on the Game of the Week, Wild Country 107.7.
Think you have to settle for mediocre car insurance to save money? Think again. It's possible to get superior coverage and still save money with Erie Insurance. Customers who switch to Erie saved up to $951. It pays to compare. Switch and save with Erie.
Your Erie agent is McFadden Insurance. Get a quote today at McFadden-insurance.com.
Annual savings based on new customers surveyed in March 2022 who reported savings when switching auto insurance. Individual premiums and savings will vary.
Pidcock Glass is the largest full-service glass company in the area. They've been serving Southeast Ohio for over 30 years and have over 100 years in combined experience. They do it all: commercial, residential, screen, mirrors, tabletops, and heavy equipment. Have a unique issue? Just let them know. Check them out online at pidcockglass.com or call 740-753-4527 to set up an appointment, or stop in at 500 East Canal Street in Nelsonville. Pidcock Glass.
What's one of the worst feelings you can get? The one that hits you in the pit of your stomach. You can't find your keys. I have a solution. Announcing the new location of Athens Automotive Keys at 528 Richland Avenue in Athens. Dan and Gloria can take care of lost keys, transponder keys and programming, key duplication for house or business, and they now provide locksmith service. Athens Automotive Keys is open Monday through Friday, noon till 5:30 at 528 Richland Avenue, Athens. Call 740-590-6843.
Tri-County Career Center offers students the opportunity to earn industry-recognized credentials in fields like cosmetology, welding, diesel agriculture, and sports medicine. Our programs focus on teaching job-specific skills that prepare you for the workforce, military service, or college. We offer 2-year programs and short-term adult classes. Ready to learn new skills and boost your earning potential? Start today by calling 800-637-6508 or visit us online at tricountyhightech.com.
Nothing really ever stays the same. Things get better or they get worse. Things grow or they get smaller. Communities are no exception. The life of a community is determined by the activities of the people who live there. What we do today will decide the future. Shop locally whenever you can. First National Bank. Together we grow. Member FDIC. Online at first-national.com.
In Nelsonville, Fred Wolf Automotive is your local solution to your automotive needs. Whether it's your first car or your last, they are here to help. People always ask, who is Fred Wolf? He was their great-great-grandpa who had a car dealership in Nelsonville in the 1950s. They thought it was fitting to bring his name and some of his entrepreneurial spirit back to life. The inventory is constantly changing, so if they do not have what you are looking for, please give them a call. Local people who love to help local people. Fred Wolf Automotive, located at 1273 Chestnut Street in Nelsonville, 614-309-1756.
You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7 WSEO Nelsonville.
Welcome back, everyone, into the Fred Wolf Automotive pregame show here on your Game of the Week, Wild Country 107.7. Joe Higgins alongside Nathan Lamb on the call tonight. Mark Hunter back at the station pushing buttons and keeping us on the air. And we got the Alexander Spartans playing host to the River Valley Raiders. Both teams really itching for a victory tonight, as River Valley is 0-6 on the year, 0-3 in TVC Ohio. And as we said earlier on the show, as Nathan talked about, been missing a win for a couple years now, so they're really itching to get this victory tonight. They got a really tough schedule after this one coming up, so this is kind of like, I feel like this one has its circle for them, Nathan.
Yeah, and especially when you look at what's to come for the River Valley Raiders, and you know you're talking about going playing host to the Benton County Vikings next week, and again we've seen the Vikings kind of struggle at certain points this year, so I'm not going to say that that's an automatic loss on their schedule, but you finish the season with the two favorites in the TVC Ohio and the TVC Hawking, with on the road a trip to Athens, and then also you go right by them again up to Trimble in week 10. So this is definitely the game that I think River Valley has had circled for quite some time. And on the flip side of that, Alexander, they've got a tough road to hoe too going forward. I mean, they go to Nelsonville, York, and then they travel to a very, very tough Logan Elm team. I don't know if they've ever played before, but that was an interesting matchup when I saw it on paper. Logan Elm, a Division 4 school out of the MSL, they're really good program, so that's going to be a tough one. And then also the end of the year senior night home against Meigs, and we've kind of seen Meigs be a two-headed monster at certain times. You never know what you're going to get with the Marauders. Sometimes they come out and surprise you, and sometimes they come out and you think, man, I really thought they could have won this one. So that'll be another interesting matchup on senior night here as the Spartans come out and take the field here on homecoming night. It's going to be a fun one tonight, I think, Joe. These two teams, again, you mentioned it, you said it perfectly, desperate for a win, and we're going to see an exciting game tonight between the Alexander Spartans and the River Valley Raiders.
Yeah, I just think that when you have both these two teams in this situation, the Spartans coming in 2-4 on the season, 0-3 in the TVC Ohio, and as you said, have the Buckeyes next week on the road. They're going to play their best games. I think both teams are going to look out to play their best contest that they can, because they know this is their shot to really get a victory, to keep this season where they want it for River Valley side to break a monumental streak here. So I think we're going to have a great contest. I think it's going to be an exciting contest. I really hope that we see the errors down, the self-imposed errors. It's one thing if you come in and make a great play, pop a fumble, that's one thing. But the shooting yourself in your foot injury or errors, I hope we keep those to a minimum tonight.
Yeah, and you would expect that. It's week 7 in high school football, so your penalties that are self-inflicted, you kind of hope that you don't see a whole lot of these for any team, not just teams that are struggling or a team that hasn't won a football game this year, but you expect to see that get better each week, and we're into week 7 now, so you wouldn't expect anything like that to have an effect on the outcome of tonight's game, and you surely hope that it doesn't, especially if you're on the short end of the stick, because then you've got a reason to point to, hey, this is why we got beat. We had 80 yards in penalties. So Yeah, I agree. Hopefully it's a clean game tonight. The Spartans look great in those jerseys. I love those home jerseys. And River Valley with the clean-looking whites. I like those too.
Should be a lot easier for us to see those numbers tonight.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what we love to see as broadcasters. No gold, nothing flashy. Let's just stick with primary colors.
The Spartans are in their all black with red numbers, white outlining around those. And as you said, the Raiders in their clean whites, black pants, and the black numbers on them. This should be a lot of fun here as we're just about to kick off. River Valley did win the toss, and they deferred to the second half, so they're going to kick off to the Spartans. Spartans will be moving after the kickoff from left to right on your radio dial. And before we jump into it, congratulations to homecoming king and queen, King Christopher Harris and Queen Avery Shields.
Congratulations.
So lining up the kick is Ben Loveday for the Raiders.
Ben Loveday to kick it off for the Raiders.
Kick is up, and it's kind of floating towards the 25-yard line. Received there by Carter Jewell. And working his way up towards the 40. He'll be a little shy of that, it looks like.
Yeah, decent return there. Short kick, picked up in the middle of the field, cut to the left side. It was a pretty good tackle there on the play by Ethan Gibbon, the 11th grader, the junior for River Valley on that tackle there, as the Spartans now will start decent field position for their first drive. As they look like they have the ball spotted on the 38-yard line. So
first and 10 from there. Spartans coming out with two receivers out to the right, one out to the left. And Alex Bateman will run the quarterback position behind him. Appears to be Isaac Waller, the senior, in the pistol formation. Turns and flips it out to Waller. He's got a man out there. Can he beat him around the side? He does. Past the 35 toward the 40. It's still going, and he's got the daylight. Oh, Breen in front of him all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans.
Yeah, that's a play that he just did not give up on. He was caught in the backfield, should have been down, tackled down for a 3-yard loss, just turned that corner, made the defender miss the tackle, and up the field he goes. We do have an injury to a River Valley player, and the hat is down, so I believe someone went out of bounds and came back in. I'm not sure exactly why the hat went down.
I haven't seen a call yet. I don't know if this is going to come back or if this may have been they threw the hat for somebody who did go out of bounds, but they didn't come back in and get the ball because that was Waller the entire way. Yeah. And the Spartans are lining up for their extra point attempt.
As we've still got a Raider at midfield there walking off. But yeah, what a way to start the game on homecoming night for the Spartans.
Jake Rouse set for that extra point, but nobody realizes that there's still a player on the field, so they're going to relax a moment. But we talked about wanting an exciting matchup. Well, you can't get much more exciting than that right out of the block.
Yeah, that's what you like to see if you're the home crowd fans here in Alexander, is a big play. And, that's what you were missing last week in last week's game. Against Vinton County, they were able to get a couple big plays, and that was the defining factor in the game. But tonight, if the Spartans can kind of flip that script and they can be the ones to get those 50-plus yard plays, you get a couple of those in the game, you're going to have a good shot to win.
Well, just a run by Waller, getting that edge like the way he did, the little stiff arm to get the defender down. And then as he got to the edge, he kind of changed speeds too. And then once he saw daylight, he just lit it up. Oh, a fumble on the exchange there. He's going to roll out, try to throw it, and it's going to fall incomplete. So that will be a 6-0 lead for Alexander, but it'll end there. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back on the other side. It's the game of the week, Wild Country 107.7.
Who can you turn to when you need a general contractor? Choose someone with over 30 years of experience, is licensed and insured. Choose the professionals at J&K Contracting. They're a full-service commercial and residential contractor. From new builds to remodeling, J&K Contracting has you covered from the ground up. Excavating or concrete, roofing or siding, replacement windows or decks, kitchen and bathroom remodels. One call, they really do it all. Call J&K Contracting, 740-698-3521. That's J&K Contracting, 740-698-3521.
If you're looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle, come to Tinks Auto Trading Post, located on State Route 13, just off of Route 33 and Columbus Road in Athens. With over 30 years of experience, you can trust that you will get a great deal at a great price. We also offer routine maintenance on your cars, such as brakes, oil changes, and tires. Tinks Auto Trading Post, where less overhead means less markup. Remember to think tank for your next great car deal. Tinks Auto Trading Post, 740-594-8465, or visit us on the web at tinksautotradingpost.com.
The game of the week on Wild Country 107.7.
6-0, the Alexander Spartans lead after a dynamic play by Isaac Waller getting to the edge and then trekking 62 yards for a touchdown. The Spartans about ready to kick this one off, Nathan.
Yeah, 62-yard average. Pretty good average for the running back for Alexander right now.
Absolutely.
Let's see if he can extend that, or maybe it might decrease a little bit over time.
Jake Roush to kick off to the Raiders. A nice line drive blast. It's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. What a kick.
Yeah, that was a bullet. That didn't get more than maybe 15 feet off the ground and landed at the 10 and bounced into the end zone.
That's the thing. It hit the 10 and bounced into the end zone from there. It didn't roll. It didn't hit grass again until it was in the end zone.
It took Corday Craycraft, if I can get that out, by surprise there on that return. He just looked up and saw it go by. So I think for the Raiders, you're going to see typically what you see is a heavy dose of the run as they come out with three wide receivers. We'll see what the game plan is tonight for River Valley. They have had trouble scoring the ball this year.
Looks like Gavin Perry going to play the quarterback position here. Listed as a slot receiver on our safety receiver, I should say. And hands it off to Luke McLeod on the right side. He's got a little bit of room and a good pickup there on first down.
Yeah, nice run following those blockers. If there's one thing that River Valley does well, it's feed their linemen, because they are always sized. They always have good size up front. And you can look down and see those guys 1 through 5 down there on that front line. They're big kids, and if you can just get up behind them and run behind them, they're going to get you 3, 4, 5, that time 6 yards on that play. So not a bad strategy if you're River Valley. And again, if you feel you're kind of the underdog in this game, what they're doing right now, running the clock down, shortening the game is definitely going to help them as well.
So Perry back in there, one to his right, one to his left, and the running back side. He'll give it to McLeod again off to the left side. The Spartans ready for that one, Nate.
Everything I just said, flip it around, because the Spartans did a great job, interior defensive line right there for the Spartans. But you can see it. We're painting the picture for the fans out there, but that defensive line is way undersized for the Spartans compared to the offensive line for River Valley. So it's going to be a difficult task tonight for them. But if they can contain like that, they could have some success, and if they can score in one-play drives all night, I think the Spartans could be in for a pretty big game tonight.
At the same time, they've got the Spartans have a little more lower center of base there. They were able to get underneath that. So 3rd and 3 from about the 27-yard line for the Raiders. One guy this time.
Oh, no.
It looked like Waller jumped.
He did, and I don't know if they would have called it, but he touched a lineman. I believe that was McPherson that he touched, the senior defensive lineman there. Not sure they would have threw that if he didn't actually touch the defender.
So this is where I was getting to with mistakes. This gave up the first down.
Yeah, and we talked about that a little bit off air on that last break. The missed extra point, the muff snap there. That's another thing that could come back to haunt you if you're River Valley and this game's tight.
Perry gets it, hands it off to McLeod, up to the left side, off tackle, and again, the Spartans right there. I'll tell you what, the 2 big tackles the Spartans have had, once they made contact, they're not able to break it. Yeah, they're doing a good job of wrapping and containing, and that's what you expect to see at this point in the year. You don't expect to see arm tackles and things like that. So, yeah, they're getting, River Valley's still able to get 3-4 yards there, but you're containing the big play from happening by wrapping like they did. 2nd and 7 from the 35-yard line. Here in the first quarter at Alexander High School. Spartans lead this one 6-0. Perry asking for it. He's got one to his right and to his left in the running back side of things. We'll give it once again to McLeod. He tries the right side and gets a little bit here, but once again, the Spartans going low and maintaining the tackle. Yeah, a couple more yards there by River Valley. It's going to set up a 3rd down and 5, but here again, you get the Spartans to jump again, you get another automatic first down, and that's how they got the last one, was aided by that penalty. So we'll see what Gavin Perry, Luke McLeod has been the workhorse already on this first drive. If they give it to him one more time, looks like this is going to be about 3rd and, like you said, 35 is about right. Got a man in motion this time, and there's your flag again. That's a false start. Looked like 56. That was jumped a little bit. Peyton Hanner kind of moved the arm, and they called the penalty. So I guess we're 1 for 1 now. Tit for tat. So you gave us the yards, we'll give it back to you. So back to 3rd and 10 now for River Valley. That's definitely not what they wanted to see, because if they'd have made a short gain out of that last one, they might go for it on fourth.
Yeah, what do you got
This
to
would
lose?
be tough.
Yeah.
This would be tough now if they don't pick up yardage.
It's one thing I've noticed here with first-year head coach Steve McAvana is they're running out of the shotgun set. River Valley has always run tight, under center, three backs. They've always run that old school type style offense. Now, yes, they're still running, but they're running and giving their players options to get in some space.
Looking to pass this time. Tipped up into the air. Good, well defended. Out there on the edge by, I believe,
Jake
Bateman.
Roush.
Was it Roush?
Yeah, it was Jake Roush.
Oh, it was Bateman. It was Bateman.
It was Bateman. You're right.
It was 2s and 3s, man.
It was on the opposite side of the field.
Even if they make that catch, they're probably not getting a first down out of that. But again, Bateman's not worried about that. He's like, I'm going to knock this ball down.
Yeah,
Let's just get the ball back.
Yeah, and if Bateman had reeled that in, he was probably gone on that play. So.
Oh, sure. But that, I think, that will force River Valley to punt here. And we'll get you a number, looks like 51. Hunter Mooney, if it is, will do the punting duties. Good size punter, that's for sure. And he's got one straight up. It's actually 61, Jeremiah Perry, that got it. Bounces at the 48-yard line, straight up in the air. The Raiders will down it right around the 47.
Yeah, you talk about hang time on that punt. Really allowed River Valley's punt team to get down the field. It wasn't a very long punt, but it was able to be down by Sevian Brown at the 47-yard line. So Alexander kind of in the same spot they were the last time, maybe a little bit further up the field. Yeah. So we'll see if
he would lower his average.
He would.
If Waller takes this one to the house, it would lower his average.
So maybe the Spartans will go to someone else in this situation. We'll see.
1st and 10 from the 47 for the Spartans. Bateman looking at another pistol formation, two way to the left, one coming over towards the right. Waller, nope, he's going to go right side. He's going to look for the pass. Oh, he's in trouble, and he will be brought down for a loss there. Bateman, I don't know if it was miscommunication. He was looking for Waller at one point. Waller was still back over in his original spot.
Yeah, I don't know if that was supposed to be some sort of option play.
It looked like it.
But the receiver on the near side just kind of stopped after being about 10 yards, so there was no option there. And when Waller turned around, he was looking right at a River Valley Raider.
I think that was Luke McLeod, who is their starting running back, and also looks like they're starting interior lineman. Don't see that very often.
Not usually. You got to do what you got to do there when you're battling injuries, right?
Bateman out of the option, cuts it up the middle, gets towards the 50, gets past now, and they'll be down at the 48-yard line.
And that was a great job there
by the 49.
That was a great job by the interior line for Alexander. That was a wide open hole across the 45 to the 50-yard line right there. Good job on taking that himself, not pitching the ball, and getting the 4-yard pickup. And now, you're Alexander. You're in a spot where you don't have to get everything here.
Yep.
Here in midfield, you can go for it on fourth down.
And you've got the lead. So pistol formation once again. Bateman with Waller behind him. Gets a snap, turns, gives to Waller. Right up the middle he goes. Powers through for the first down a little bit more.
Boy, another great run by Waller. You're going to see that all night long tonight. Jeremiah Perry on the tackle, the senior for River Valley. Had he not jumped on Waller's back, he could have been quite a ways down the field.
Might have added to that yardage total for sure, as it'll be 1st and 10 from the 42 on the plus side for the Spartans. And I expect we're going to see this healthy dose of just Waller and run-pass options.
Yeah, they have not thrown the ball yet tonight, too, which is kind of surprising to me.
They only had one play on their first drive.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Back to Waller it goes. This time they get through and they bring him down for a loss. Great job by that bigger line, as you talked about, getting through.
Cash Hunt came through from the linebacker spot there, really blew that play up. That was a great job by him. That's a name that in the game that I saw last year with River Valley, we called his name quite a bit as a freshman. He is a sophomore now, and you can see just how much impact he can bring to the defensive side of the football for this Raiders team.
It's going to bring 2nd and 14 now, as they go shotgun formation now. This time Waller sets to Bateman's left. Low snap, but he gets a hold of it. Looking over to the left side, fires it, and knocked incomplete there. Had it in his hands. Maybe Wyatt McDonald?
Yeah, so Ethan Jividan on the defense there for River Valley really the pass a little bit behind the receiver, but Jividen able to get a hand in there and knock it down. But you can see the Spartans, they like to run those crossing routes across the middle of the field. And, you hit on one of those, I think it's going to go for a big play here.
Intended receiver on that play was Trent Shad, the senior. Nice, it was a nice little kind of cross route there, but just couldn't pull it in. It was right there with the defender. Back to the pistol formation this time. 3 receivers out right, 1 to the left. He's going to roll to the right. He's got Waller as a lead blocker this time. Throws it out and caught, pulled in at the 33. Lost the ball, though, into the hands of the Raiders. River Valley's going to have this.
Yeah, Craycraft picked that ball up as it fell to the ground. And stepped out of bounds. That would have been a first down for the Spartans, but now another mistake. And
Colt Newton had the catch, and I think it was just a good play by the defense, too, to just be there with him and knock the ball out because he kind of bobbled in the air as he caught it.
Right.
And as he came in, maybe as he pulled it in, he still didn't have complete control. Enough control, obviously, it's going to be a catch, but that out it went.
I will say it was great concentration to make that catch because it was bobbled in the air. But like you said, probably just wasn't quite secure as he took that hit from the River Valley defense. And now River Valley's got new life here as they got the ball to 32. Fresh set of downs here. They got picked up 1 first down on their last drive. We'll see if they can kind of move and maybe flip field position here.
1st and 10 from that 32. 6:16 left in the first quarter. 6-0 in favor of the Spartans. Perry asking for it, gets it, rolls out to the right side. This is a keeper. He's looking for blocking. Spartans in pursuit, and they will get him for a loss. A great job of just staying with the play for Alexander.
Yeah, that was a solid job. You could tell that was a run all the way. They had trips to the right side. All they were out there to do was to block for Bateman and blocked for Perry, and Bateman was actually the one that outran those blocks and made the tackle in the backfield. So a great job by that Spartan defense right there, stringing that play out and forcing the 3-yard loss.
So that puts the Raiders over on the right hash mark. 2nd and 12 now after that loss. Trying to put some points. They're looking over. I love the different boards that they have. All these teams have for their play calls.
Yeah.
That one looked like a smorgasbord, if you will. Kept it himself up the middle and heard a little jump there play. That was nice. And he's going to get back into positive to about a 4-yard gain, I believe.
Yeah, nice job there by Perry. Again,
a little bit more. Never mind.
Yeah, again, the hurdle gave him an extra 4 yards right there. And I know sometimes that's called a penalty is called on that play in high school sports, but not right there.
Well, it's also because the player was on the ground, so you're able to do it's when the player's up.
True.
Timeout on the field. We will take it with them. Be right back on the Game of the Week. Wild Country 107.7.
What's one of the worst feelings you can get? The one that hits you in the pit of your stomach. You can't find your keys. I have a solution. Announcing the new location of Athens Automotive Keys at 528 Richland Avenue in Athens. Dan and Gloria can take care of lost keys, transponder keys and programming, key duplication for house or business, and they now provide locksmith service. Athens Automotive Keys is open Monday through Friday, noon till 5:30 at 528 Richland Avenue, Athens. Call 740-590-6843.
Let's be honest. The only way you should have glass work done around the house or at your business is by a professional. And that professional is Pidcock Glass in Nelsonville. They do glass replacement, storm window and repairs, and patio door glass. They do custom glass, mirrors, plexiglass, and Lexan. They can even cut custom glass of all shapes. Call Pidcock Glass today at 740-753-4527 or stop in at 500 East Canal Street in Nelsonville. Check them out online at pidcockglass.com.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
Welcome back to your Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7. River Valley's next play sees McLeod go to the right side and churn his way up to almost a first down. It's going to be 4th and 1. And you got to expect the Raiders will go for this one.
Yeah, they're definitely going to go. And I wouldn't be surprised if Perry keeps this one straight up the gut here because all you need is a 1-yard push from that offensive line. So it's a pivotal part of the game, though.
Absolutely.
You know, the score is only 6-0, and if River Valley wants to flip the field here, they've got to pick this first down up.
And it does look like Perry's going to be under center this time. And off step, we had a break and move there. This is what we were talking about. Those errors in the week 7 is not what you want to see if you're the coaching staff for the Raiders. That's going to back them up and change out the unit.
Yeah, this is the second drive now where they were going to go for it, and now they're forced to punt on a mental mistake, and that's what you can't have. You can have mistakes, physical mistakes, those are acceptable, but mental mistakes at this point in the season, you just can't have it. And in a tight game like this, they could be all the difference.
Yeah, in sports, you wanted to make mistakes at 100 miles per hour, but you got to wait till it starts, and then you can have 100 miles an hour. So Jeremiah Perry will go back to punt. The offensive and defensive lineman, also the punter. So low snap bounces to him, and he still gets a great kick out of it. High kick's going to land at about the 42, straight up in the air and brought down by Cash Hunt.
A little bit better punt that time for the Raiders. Still had the same trajectory height-wise, but it looks like the Spartans are going to take over, and they've started every drive in between the 40 and 50-yard line tonight. So you got to be pretty happy about that if you're Alexander. You just need to find a way to move it down the field and punch it in like you did on that first play of the game.
This one does the same. 1st and 10 from the 42. 4:06 left in the first quarter. Shotgun formation. And this time, Bateman has someone else to his left. We'll see who that is. Waller's going to go in motion. They just give it to him. A little pop in front. He's a stiff arm, but right there with him, and he breaks through. He's got a chance to get back to the line and maybe a dive forward, gets him a yard or two. Waller makes something out of nothing, Nate.
What a play. He stiff-armed Luke McLeod to the ground. Looked like he was going to be brought down with him. Kept his feet, got all the way back to the line of scrimmage, and ended up picking up a yard. What an incredible run by the Spartans.
That would have been, what, a 7-8 yard loss if he had been brought down at that point? He said he gets positive 2 on it. My goodness.
That's one of those plays you look at and you kind of, you don't even know how it happened, even though you just watched it.
You'll take it, though, if you're Alexander. 2nd and 8 from the 44. 3.5 minutes left in this first quarter. Back to the pistol formation. Waller behind him. And they'll give it to him. He'll go off the right side. Got some space, lowers his shoulder, and he'll pick up a yard.
Yeah, and you can see the Spartans' style of offense is more to the edges. They haven't really ran up the gut as much as River Valley has tonight. So you kind of see them running away from that big defensive line. I think that's purposeful by the coaching staff because those are big bodies in there that, if you don't have to go through them, if you can go around them, that's the easier way. That's kind of what they're trying to exploit tonight. But you got to give credit to River Valley. Their defensive speed is matching the speed of the Spartans right now.
Sometimes the game's just common sense, isn't it? Shotgun play. He backs up, looking, jump pass into the hands of Waller. Waller's got a blocker. Now he's out to the right, past the 50, the 45, and just shoves him Derrick Henry style all the way down to the 35.
Craycraft's going to feel that one. Craycraft just took for a ride.
I think I felt that one. My goodness.
He took a ride for about 6 yards down to the ground. Another great play. Perfect screen setup. Linemen, if you get the lineman in the backfield, you just pop it right over their heads. You don't have to worry about running around them.
Quickly back to the line. They're out to the 37. That's what they did. Now they're going to launch it deep to the right side. Good spiral. And through the hands there of Colt Newton. I like, though, that Alexander went back to him. He had the fumble the last time. This time they gave him a chance to redeem it, maybe get a score, but just through the hands.
Yeah, that was a pretty pass, maybe just 6 inches overthrown, but you'll take it because that ball was put in the only place that the offensive player could get it. The defense could not have gotten that play right there. So, again, 2nd down and 10. I like taking that shot on first down. You're inside the 40-yard line. You might as well go for one. And now, if you're Spartans, you reset. You put it back on the ground, get somebody outside to the edge, and see if you can keep picking up yards on this drive.
So 2nd and 10 from the 36, 37. Got a man in motion this time. It's Jewell. And it hits Jewell right in the foot. The ball is loose, and I think a Raider got on it, but, man, a Spartan got the last second, did throw an arm in. Who's got it?
I think the Spartans have it.
It's going to be another Alexander turnover. No call yet on the field. And, well, a Raider came away with it, but there's been no call made, and it is go to River Valley. I thought they had it on top of it, but like I said, a player for the Spartans jumped in at the last moment with a one-arm stretch, but that'd be really hard to pull it out of that.
Bateman was actually the last one in the pile, and I thought maybe he was going to come away with it, but that didn't happen. Another turnover.
So that's just dumb luck. I mean, he's in motion when he's snapping. You hit him in the foot. I'm not going to get on them too much about that one.
Yeah, that's not necessarily a mental mistake. That's just an unfortunate set of
circumstances. I'm not sure they could do that on purpose if they wanted to.
They might not. They might not.
But either way, River Valley gets another turnover beneficiary, and they will be back on offense 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
This whole game seems like it's been played between the 40 yard
which is great because that's where we're at.
That's exactly where we're at.
So it looks like Perry's going to go back under center. And McLeod behind him. They give it to him. He goes up the middle. Fumble ball again. This one's loose. Spartans scoop and run. Bateman has it. Out to the left side around the 20-yard line, and he is brought down there. So got it right back to the Spartans.
Bateman didn't get the last fumble, but he sure got that one, and he almost scooped and scored right there. I know you were getting ready for the call.
I wanted to.
One man to beat. He tried to cut to the outside and was just brought down. But what a play! What a heads-up play by Bateman. And you see the factor he is on both offense and defense right there.
What was your fumble record?
Last week, I believe, was 14. So
I mean, it looks like they might be trying it here. And there's an orange flag on the field that one of the officials doesn't see. We'll just get it on the way back, I guess, for the fumble placement. So Bateman, once again, Waller behind him, turns and gives it to him. He goes up the middle, and this time bumps into his own lineman, but also had two Raiders around his ankles, bringing him down.
Yeah, again, you see the difficulty running straight up the gut like that against this team, that big defensive line that the Raiders have. So we're nearing the end of the first quarter, and we've got a tight ball game tonight.
And they went through that in a heartbeat, too, so there was nowhere Waller could go to try to bounce it anywhere else. He was just trying to make something out of a bad situation. 2nd and 10 from the 20. Red zone possession for the Spartans. We'll see what they do with it. Shotgun formation. Bateman has it with Waller beside him. Drops back. Look to the left. There's nothing there. He'll roll to the right. See if he can find something there. Going to keep it himself. He's in trouble there, but gets past the 15 and going to be brought down around the 14, 13-yard line. So, again, nice little pickup for Bateman.
Yeah, really nowhere to go with the football right there. Smart play, not forcing anything through the air. You've already had some turnovers both on the ground and in the air tonight for the Spartans. Smart play, taking the yards that were gifted to you right there by the Raiders defense. And now sets up a pretty manageable third down at about 5. And again, Alexander over the years has had pretty good kicking.
Yeah.
So is this a situation where if you don't get it, maybe you kick the field goal from here?
Let's see whether they try to, but they're going to figure that let's try and get it first. So 3rd and 4 from the 13. Bateman, little counter play to Waller. Waller's got space on that left side, and he's got speed. He looks up, gets past the first down, runs out of bounds, but throws another stiff arm just for fun.
I'll tell you what, the physicality we're seeing tonight from these two teams, you can tell that they both came prepared tonight and energized tonight for this matchup, just based on the play on the field that you're seeing here. Every tackle is earned tonight for both sides of these, for both of these teams.
Inside the 5, 1st and goal from the 4-yard line, and you figure this is going to be a heavy dose of Waller, right?
I would think so. You could maybe roll out Bateman, just see if something leaks open. And maybe
a lot of space open here on the right side. Well, now they bring a receiver over in the slot.
You have single coverage on the right side and the left.
Gets it, turns to Waller. Waller going right up the middle and powers it. The goal line. Did he get in? He did. Touchdown, Spartans.
That was a good physical run right there by Waller. Great job. Hit the line, just kept those legs churning, and was not going to be stopped until he got to that goal line.
Great run there. And again, he was met at the goal line, but as you said, he just kept moving. Forward he went into the end zone. Touchdown for the Spartans. Let's see what they'll try here. They are going to go for the kick, as Bateman will hold for Jake Roush. And that's what they tried to do last time, and it didn't quite work.
Yep.
So we'll try it again. 37 seconds left in this first quarter. The snap is good. The hold is good, and it's blocked. And the ball rolling out towards the 10, where it'll be stopped there by the Raiders. 12-0, the score here. 37 seconds left in the first. We'll be right back on the Game of the Week. Wild Country 107.7.
Since 1926, Athens Insurance Services has focused on doing one thing and doing it well, providing peace of mind through affordable, comprehensive insurance protection. Whether you're looking for car insurance for your new teenage driver, home insurance for your first home, protection for your business or life insurance, they've got you covered. Representing Central Insurance Company, count on Andrew, Mike, Kendra, Hannah, Chelsea, and Brent. Athens Insurance Services at 375 Richland Avenue. Call 740-593-6639.
Tax season's greetings from your friends at H&R Block. Whether you choose to file virtually, in person, or via drop-off, let's make it a season worth celebrating. File your way with H&R Block and get upfront, transparent pricing, expert help at every step, and a max refund guarantee that means you'll ring in the season by getting every dollar you deserve. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees.
H&R Block at 507 Richland Avenue in the old Morrison School Building in Athens. 740-589-5403.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
12-0 the score in favor of the Alexander Spartans. And on the kickoff, this is going to roll all the way to the 1 yard line where they have to pick it up because he already touched it. And the Raiders are going to get stopped way back inside the 5. And that's just a disaster for River Valley. As now Cordai Craycraft goes down as well. And I don't know really what came of this, but he touched it around what the 5 yard line as it rolled towards the goal line. He was trying to scoop it up, and it just kept bouncing. And he kind of had to do it. And now he's at the 4 or 5 yard lines where they're going to put it while he's still down. And here comes our athletic trainers. I was wondering where they were. He's been down for a little bit.
And they're making their way to him. That was just unfortunate. Just mishandled the ball at the 5. And again, like you said, it took another couple tries to pick the ball up. And at that point, you really had nowhere to go at that point.
Adding injury to insult, it looks like he's trying to grab his hand there. So maybe that's what happened on the mishandling of the football.
It's possible.
But we'll give them a few minutes here to take it. Well, actually, they got him up now, and they're going to walk him off. So he is doubled over a bit looking at that arm area. It's definitely upper body. Hopefully, Craycraft can get back out there, just a sophomore. Only 5 seconds into the kickoff did we have this injury. They're going to hold for him a little bit. So let's go ahead and take a break. Give him a second to assess, and then we'll be back on your Game of the Week on 107.7 Wild Country.
If you ask the My Garage Door Company team, how's business? They'll likely say it's up and down, and they mean it, but not how you might think. My Garage Door Company's been keeping garage doors going up and down for over a decade. So remember, when a garage door problem occurs, don't call a we kind of service company or a maybe repair guy. Call the pros at My Garage Door Company for all garage door and opener problems. A family-owned and operated company. Visit their website at mygaragedoorco.com or call My Garage Door Company at 740-818-2915.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
The athletic trainers are escorting Cordai Craycraft off the field. He was definitely favoring that left side there, so hopefully he's okay, can get back into this one, but either way, we're hoping for the young man's help.
And now River Valley, again, has had good field position pretty much all night on their offensive drives, but not so much here, starting inside the 5.
Perry goes under center at that 5 yard line. McLeod's behind him. They turn, and they give it to an up back, I believe, and they'll get it out past about the 7-8 yard line. I believe that time it was given to 43, Bodie Loudon.
Yeah, that was a misdirection handoff right there. It really kind of gave them a little bit of breathing room, picking up 3 yards. If they can do that again, they'll be in a position where they could pick up a first down. And the thing is for Raleigh, you've got to flip the field as we've got the end of the first quarter now here, but looking pretty good so far.
Yep, it's 12-0 Alexander. We'll be back for the second quarter action on your Game of the Week, Wild Country 107.7.
No matter what business you're in, it's about people. It's about treating others the way you'd like to be treated. The word service literally means helpful act of assistance. We know that our local merchants offer more helpful acts of assistance than any other place where you'd care to shop. Together we grow. First National Bank. Together we grow. Member FDIC. Online at first-national.com.
The
Plains True Value and Farm is selling out to the bare walls. The entire store is on sale at 20 to 70% off. Everything must go, go, go. Steel, Ego, Husqvarna, DeWalt Power Tools, paint supplies, hardware, electrical, plumbing, ammo, outdoor furniture, and much, much more. Even fixtures. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. till 5 p.m., closed Sunday and Monday. Everything must go. The Plains True Value and Farm, 70 North Plains Road, The Plains. All sales final.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
After one quarter of play, the Alexander Spartans leading 12-0 over the River Valley Raiders. Alexander came into this game 2-4 on the season, 0-3 in the TVC Ohio, trying to get that one mark in that win column. River Valley, not a victory in a while, and the Spartans trying to keep it that way.
Yeah, and it's been a tight ball game so far. River Valley really struggling to move the ball offensively, but really it's been the turnovers for the Spartans that have kept this River Valley team hanging around so far in this first quarter.
But they caused the amount of them as well.
That's true.
Alexander's gotten some back. But River Valley really backed up against it here. 2nd and 8 from the 8 to start our second quarter. Perry's going to go back under center here. He's got the I formation. Turn and give to McLeod. McLeod up the front, up the middle, I should say, and clears through for a little bit. And it'll be a little more manageable here, but still a couple yards away from that first.
Yeah, and at this point, that's what you need. You're backed up deep inside your own territory. You just need positive plays, and you can't have a penalty on third and short.
And that's where
it's this. They've had it twice now. You cannot afford a penalty here on third down and short. Not that you're going to go for it on fourth down, being this backed up, but still, you got to give yourself a chance.
Yes.
To get that first down.
So back to the I formation. Perry under center. Looking to the left side. He's got two receivers out that way. Looks like he's trying to draw Alexander off, too. They stay disciplined. They give it to the up back. And he's going to push forward. He's got the first down and more. Nice job there, I believe, as Bodie Loudon once more. And he gets the first down for the Spartan, or for the Raiders.
And that's the same exact play they ran on first down. Picked up the same amount of yards. So maybe that they found something that they can expose that interior line for the Spartans. Because if they can put together drives by running 3-4 yards at a time, they can eat up clock, number one, keep shorten the game, number two, and possibly, sustain a long drive and put points on the board.
And you mentioned it before, they came out early on and they were going that shotgun formation, but they've been back in the eye ever since that one didn't work out for them. They give it to McLeod off to the right side, off right tackle, and he'll get out to about the 20-yard line, pick up of about 3.
Get another positive play. That's what you need. You need to start small, and hopefully those 2-yard plays will turn into 4-yard plays and then 6-yard plays as you get further along in this game. Because, if you're a running team, you will wear down that defense at some point. It's just a matter of if they can stay in the game when that shift happens.
You don't want to do that when you're already down 30.
Absolutely not.
Staying with the eye, 2 receivers out to the right. Perry goes underneath center once more. Turn and give to the far back. That's McLeod. He goes off left tackle and maybe picks up 2. So it looks like we're going to be, well, if they give him a little bit more.
Yeah, so same situation now. Third down, a long 3, a short 4. Another big play for this offense from River Valley. And, they've started the drive at basically the 4.5-yard line. So they've already had some success on this drive. Can they continue right here and pick up another big third down?
And again, to your point of trying to shorten the game, they're probably okay with this kind of pace. They're not in a hurry.
Yeah, they've ran the play clock down inside 10 the last 4 or 5 snaps.
And keeps it himself this time, this Perry, and kind of shuffles his way forward, and he's going to be close to a first.
Side judge says he's got it.
Right now, they're holding and looking. No one has pointed the chain gang to move yet. And they might come out and measure this. They're going to have the head official come look, and he'll say, "Oh, I like that. It's first down."
First down.
First down for the Raiders. I like the way that played out. Hey, you come over here and look at it. White hat comes over and goes, "Yeah, I like that," and then points forward.
Very methodical point. So another huge play for River Valley. If they want back in this ball game, they've got to sustain it. They don't have to score right here. They've just got to work this clock down, eat up this entire second quarter,
exactly,
and keep the Spartans off the board. And if you can run 3-4 yards at a time, that's exactly what you'll do.
And they're getting it right now. So back to the eye. Two receivers out to the right. Perry gets a snap, turned, and pitches this one out to McLeod on the left side. He's got some room over there. Tracked down, but not until he crossed the 30-yard line.
Yeah, another good run there. That time they went to the outside, though. They've had success up the middle. That time they went to the left. It looked like it was Isaac Waller that brought him down after a pickup of almost 5 yards on the play. And if he would not have made that tackle, that could have been a long run.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice just strategy-wise. Are we going up middle, let's try the outside.
Yeah, kind of a change of pace right there for the offense. But to your point, they've switched from that shotgun set now. They've been under center ever since that second drive of the game.
Well, they realized it wasn't working. They were getting those penalties out of it and those fumbles. So we'll just kind of go back to our eye and go from there. They faked the pitch this time. He keeps it himself out to the left side or the right side. And, man, he is caught. I'll let you have that description.
Oh, that was that. What's Gus Johnson say? Somebody's got some barbecue somewhere. What a hit! I believe that was Nate Graves. Wow,
Graves swallowed him.
That is all I can say.
He ran into him about chest first, and he just wrapped his arms and enveloped him.
Yes,
and brought him to the ground.
You know, we talked about this the last time we were together in the Athens game a few weeks ago. You need a big hit of the game because that would have been the one of the year right there.
Yeah, that was a nice stop, and I mean stop. No, go no further.
Oh,
Third and 7 from the 30. As they go back into the shotgun here with these two receivers, one to the left, one to the right, or two running backs. They roll out to the right, trying to hit him, and it is batted down. Great job by the defense right up front for the Spartans.
Yeah, Spartans stringing that one out. Really nowhere to go. McLeod was not open down the field, and that's where the ball was intended. But a great job. Nick Graves, really kind of a drive killer right there for the Spartans.
72, Nick Jones gets credit with the knockdown. And so the Raiders had a lot of success with those little 3-4 yard runs, but they kind of went away from it. Now they're paying the price.
Yeah, they kind of went to the outside there a few times too many, I think.
Yeah.
But they'll figure it out. I think that as the farther this game goes, they're going to see what works and continue to try to improve on those things.
Blocked! What a block! I think Waller got through. He did. Waller got through, dove, and made the hit, but the ball's loose once again. And who's got it?
Now, here's the thing. If that ball was possessed by the Spartans,
it was.
Then that could be a turnover on downs.
If they give who are they going to give it to? They're giving it to the Raiders. The Raiders get it. So Waller did a phenomenal job diving through the air, getting a hand on it. It blocks and comes out to the side. I didn't see the Spartan who got possession, but he clearly had possession because he tried to pitch it when he was going down, which let the ball go loose. The Raiders jump on top of it.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate for the Spartans because that just erased a tremendous play by Waller.
Oh, my goodness.
He looked like Superman flying through the air. He was completely lateral above the field. Flew through the air, blocked that punt. It's unfortunate, though, that the Spartans, I guess, were deemed to have retained possession, and when they did that, that in turn changed possession. And now once the fumble again happened, River Valley recovers it, and they have new life now. They've lost a few yards, but nonetheless, they've got the ball back.
First down.
Only down by 12. We're halfway through the second quarter.
And that is the right call. Again, he had a hand on. He didn't have it into himself where you hold possession normally, but he had a hand on enough to try to pitch it, which was obviously a mistake in that situation. And now the Raiders going to run right back up the middle here. They had the ball at the 19, 18-yard line or so. They're going to get out to about 22 on this one.
And let's see.
About a 3-yard pickup.
Let's see if the Raiders try to simplify things and just go between the tackles here, because that's really what got them on that last drive from the 5-yard line out to about the 25-yard line. We'll see if they stick to that style of play, because right now they ate about half the second quarter up.
Yeah.
You do that again, you get another 30, 35 yards on this drive. Clock continues to run the whole time. You're looking at halftime, only down by 2 scores.
I don't want to harp either on the Spartans play because the young man's trying to make a play, but in that situation, you have the beneficiary of the short field. Just go down on the ball. Raiders going to hand this one off, and right away the Spartans put another lick on it. That's one by the hand. Jesus. Carter Hawk, I believe. I'll try and make sure I got the right number here. But he just dove through and speared the running the carrier. We'll figure it out during the break here. Timeout on the field. We'll be right back on the Game of the Week. Wild Country 107.7.
Worried about running out of propane? Don't worry. Just call Rutland Bottled Gas. When you need propane, we'll be there. Rutland Bottled Gas. Always there when you need them. With their Keep Full program, you'll never be left in the cold. Rutland Bottled Gas, your reliable energy partner since 1947. Rutland Bottled Gas. Call 740-742-2511. Rutland Reliability. Always there when you need them. Ask about the budget, prepay, or lock-in rates as well. Visit RutlandBottledGas.com for more information or call 740-742-2511. Who can you turn to when you need a general contractor? Choose someone with over 30 years of experience, is licensed and insured. Choose the professionals at J&K Contracting. They're a full-service commercial and residential contractor. From new builds to remodeling, J&K Contracting has you covered from the ground up. Excavating or concrete, roofing or siding, replacement windows or decks, kitchen and bathroom remodels. One call, they really do it all. Call J&K Contracting, 740-698-3521. That's J&K Contracting, 740-698-3521.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
Back to action here at Alexander High School. The Raiders have the ball. They trail by 12-0. They run to the left side and brought down once again. I think that was Carter Hawk on the last play and this play.
Yeah, and that's going to force River Valley to punt. You kind of see.
Max Leopard got that one. He might have got the last one too. 33 and 23. I mixed those up.
Yeah, they're pretty hard to tell. But you saw two big hits in the last two drives by the Spartans on second down that set up third down and long, and the Raiders they weren't able to overcome the third down and longs after those two big hits put them in those positions. So the Spartans are going to get the ball back here. Great field position again, as long as there's no muffs here.
And here comes the special teams unit. Don't get to this one. The punt goes up and lands. It takes a Spartan bounce, but once again down by the Raiders, but in plus territory for the Spartans.
So now there's 5:36 left in the first half, and if you're Alexander, I mean, sure, you take a quick score, but if you can eat up clock, drive the ball down the field, go up by 3 scores, boy, it almost, at least the way, the offense is playing for River Valley and the way that Alex is playing defense, almost seems at that point it would maybe be out of reach.
Yeah, it could seal it for sure. But if I'm the Spartans here, I'm just holding on to this ball. I don't want to give it back to them. They've had the ball for a long time now. Let's flip it on them a little bit.
Yeah, and that's another point, what you're saying there. The Spartans' defense has been on the field a lot this quarter.
That's my point.
Good for them to get some rest over there on the sidelines.
Bateman gets it, flips it out to Waller. Waller on the left side. He's being tracked. He just tucks it in and will power his way right around the 40-yard line again.
Another what should have been 6 or 7 yard loss. Waller turns it into a 3-yard gain. And what I liked on that play right there is when he got to the edge, you saw him change position of the football.
He did.
He put it in the left side, and that's exactly what you need to do. You just mentioned it. Hold on to the ball. No more turnovers for this Spartans offense. Perfect display of coaching right there on that run.
Oh, you're welcome. 2nd and 7 from the 40-yard line. Pistol formation once again. 1 receiver out to the left, 2 go out to the right. 1 more in the slot position. I think that's Carter Jewell there. Turn, the give is to Waller. He goes up the middle. Good blocking from his interior line this time, and he's going to pick up another 4 yards or so.
So Waller gets another 4-yard gain, but this time he only had to run 4 yards instead of running 14 yards. I think he appreciates that. But again, the clock running, we're down to almost 4.5 minutes left in this first half. If you're the Spartans, all those turnovers you've had, the mistakes you've made, you could do some damage on this drive and feel really good about yourself going into the second half.
3rd and 4 from the 36-yard line, back to the pistol. This time the 2 receivers come left side, a little more bunched together. Carter Jewell goes in motion. And Bateman keeping it himself at the moment. He does, and he's got the edge. He's out to the right side, past the 30, the 25, the 20, and knocked out of bounds before the 15-yard line. Nice run there. Good setup, and he made the right decision.
Yeah, another play that ended with a huge hit there. Gary Perry on the stick of Bateman, but not after he got the first down inside the 20-yard line now for the Spartans. So the only downside to that play right there is the clock stopped.
Yeah, because he stepped out of bounds or got knocked out of bounds at the 19-yard line. But again, right decision. That's what I like seeing, the right decision play. The run-pass option, he had the chance to give it to Waller there, but he had the edge himself, and he took it.
And you see that speed from the quarterback position for the Spartans. It's lethal when there's space.
Bateman rolling out to the left this time. Then he's going to try a throw out to the left side. One-on-one, up in the air, and it's picked off by the Raiders. We'll get a number for you, but that is picked off in the end zone.
Is that Craycraft?
I think Craycraft came back, and what a redemption.
So he says the arm is fine. What a play. As the ball just a bit underthrown, but a great position by Craycraft to get in front of the receiver, follow the ball, and turn for the ball. That's the thing. He was not face guarding right there. He turned around, he looked for the ball, and made a great catch, and really fell to the ground as they were hand fighting for it, and held on to it. So great play. And again, another mistake by the Spartans when they could really put the hammer down here. And now the Raiders again, if they could just find some rhythm on offense, this could be a tight game going down to the end.
But I'll say this for the Spartans. That's the kind, again, of mistake you're making 100 miles per hour because you're attacking that one. You're trying to get something here. This was with a muff handoff or anything like that. So this was something you were attacking, and it comes into a turnover. So that one I'm a little more forgiving of, especially with the ball, the way the ball was thrown, the great play Craycraft did to go up and pick it off in the end zone as the Raiders come back on this one at the 20-yard line and maybe get a yard or two on the left side at the 3:31 mark. Timeout on the field. We'll be right back on the Game of the Week. Wild Country 107.7.
That man. Call the man. Call the man. Just call the man. Just call the man. You better call that man. Call the man. We'll call the man. Call the man. Why didn't you call the man? I should have called the man like you said.
Call Coach's Appliance Heating and Air to take care of your appliances along with your heating and cooling needs. Call or text Nick today at 740-594-1865. That's 740-594-1865. A family-owned business since 1986. Coach's Appliance Heating and Air.
Psst. Want to know how to get more for less? I'm talking the most bang for your buck. It's the one and only McDonald's app, slinging deals every day. So start with your choice of any breakfast sandwich, like a delicious crispy chicken biscuit or tasty egg McMuffin for just $3. Or spend just $1 and get free medium fries. The McDonald's app is out here doing the most, and you're getting more because of it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 9/16/24 to 10/6/24. Participating McDonald's. Valid when product served. Valid once a day. Must opt into rewards. Excludes tax.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
3:31 left here in the second quarter, the first half. And the Raiders dropping back the pass here, and now he'll step up through the hole, and he's got a little bit of room. Oh, what a hit!
Oh!
My goodness, what a shot! Perry kept it, and Waller just about decleated the young man.
I have never seen a human being fly back that fast.
Ooh, the crowd is in awe. The description I'm seeing from some of the crowd members talking about how he flew back and how his hands were in the air. They are 100% correct. I feel like I should get the microphone to a couple of these people. My goodness.
Okay. I will give him credit. He held on to the ball. I'm unsure how he was able to do that.
I think gravity. I think the gravity that Waller hit him changed scientific forces and forced the ball into him to keep it. McLeod going to run out to the right side, and he didn't get anything, and the crowd is still buzzing on that last hit. I imagine so is the running back.
So remember earlier in the game when I gave the hit of the year to Nate Graves? I think I just changed
it. You got to change it now. You got to change it now. We're going to keep it here on this timeout. It's 4th and 5. 2:23 left in the first half, and you figure the Raiders have got to punt this one away, given the amount of space that they have. The ball is at their own 26-yard line, but Isaac Waller just hit somebody harder than I think I've ever seen anybody hit in all my years of broadcasting.
He is well on his way.
Yes, the Texas Roadhouse player of the game. I mean, my goodness.
Somebody's going to have to step up in a big way.
It's not good for a broadcaster to be speechless about a young man, but I feel like I've run out of adjectives.
Yeah, he's done it, and that's what we've seen tonight. He's done it offensively. He's done it defensively. He's made big hits. He's blocked punts. I mean, what has he not done tonight on the football?
Water? Has he taken water out there yet?
I'm not sure. Some of the young Spartans, that's their job. So doing a fine job.
Well, young Spartans, if you want to see how to play this game, watch 42.
Yeah, that's going to be a hit of the decade.
Goodness.
That will be viewed over and over in the film this weekend.
So back to punt now are the Raiders. Jeremiah Perry puts this one up, and he's a solid punter. This one's going to hit at the 50 and bounce a little bit and come down, and they're going to let it roll a little bit further to about the 42-yard line. Alexander will have it for the last 2:23. I don't think they ran the clock at all.
They didn't. So we're going to have 2:23 left.
Okay, so an untimed down.
So now you're in your 2-minute offense for Alexander. The last drive, they really ran the ball pretty well, but you know, they took that chance at the end on that interception pass in the corner of the end zone. But I think right now you try to get it to the outside, try to get it to somebody in space, whether it's Bateman, whether it's Waller. You try to look for somebody on the corners to get out in space and get a big chunk play. And then maybe if you can find your way down inside the 30-yard line, take a few shots to the end zone.
Waller right now hiding over on the right side of the line. We'll see if he stays there. I don't think he's hiding from anybody, though. If you're a Raider, you got to know where that young man is at all times. Bateman gets the snap out of the pistol, steps back, now rolls to the left. He's got space over there, puts the ball in the other hand. And back block is going to get no flag. Must have been squared up enough. Good block there from Trent Shad.
There is a flag.
And I figured it would, but the far guy threw it, not the guy who was standing right in front of it. So
we'll see if they discuss this, but
maybe there's another penalty, but I had that as a crackback block, but the official that's standing right in front of it did not call it. They're going to call a push in the back, illegal block in the back.
A block in the back on the other side of the field, I take it.
So that one was worse than this one we just saw. Spot foul.
So that'll be, 15 yards?
They mark it from about the 47 on the plus side for Alexander, so it's going to go back. It's going to go about a yard gain a net for that play. So should be second from there, right? The play fall, or are they going to replay the down? That doesn't make a lot of sense. The official's going to talk about this too.
Yeah, they're going to make sure that...
So I'm not sure 1st and 8 should be our situation.
They're going to make sure that it wasn't a 10-yard, or they're going to make sure it was a 10-yard penalty first, and then I think they're also going to see if they need to flip the down to second. Right now the ball sets at the 44, and it looks like they're going to leave it there.
But shouldn't it move to second down, or no?
They're going to leave it at first.
Okay. Well, learn something new. 1st and 8.
That just took away. That took away the time that wasn't on the.
There you go. Just evens it out.
Yeah.
Back to the pistol formation. A little inside give. This one to
Trent
Mash. Mash has got space on the right side. If he can get through, he's off to the 15. We got a late flag coming in the back, but he gets down inside the 5-yard line. And I'm going to be very interested to see what this flag is, because there was nobody else around the Spartans.
I saw 3 Spartans laying on the ground and no Raiders around them.
So what was this call? Because all the action was on the right side of the field where Mash got inside to the 5. Looks like down about the 3.
And the flag.
But there was nobody around where this flag was that wasn't a Spartan.
Yeah, the flag is laying on the 41-yard line. And the Alexander coaching staff is pointing like it's on River Valley.
It's a personal foul on River Valley.
Okay.
And I didn't see what it was, but obviously they'll decline that because Trent Mash on that little interior reverse, got all the way down. I want to see where they spot this.
Looks like the ball is spotted on the 3.
Yeah, that's about where I thought it was. And it's still there. So what a play by Alexander. A quick strike. They had a big one that goes for 62 yards for a touchdown. This one about 48 yards.
Yeah, and that was a nice little counter back to the right side. That's a play that they had success with last week against the Benton County Vikings. It's just it was so muddy that you couldn't get traction to break like that, and that's exactly what they did there.
So it looks like we're taking a moment to get set here. Now they do.
And they move the ball half the distance to the goal.
So pistol formation. So now it's about the 2.5-yard line. Bateman gets it. Turn, the give. It's into the back. And did he cross the goal line? He did. And I believe that one went back to Trent Mash. They let him finish the drive.
Yeah, and I like that call. The young man earned it, rumbling for 50 yards down the right sideline. He definitely earned that score. And that really, you're up 18. Looks like the Spartans are going to kick the extra point again. You could go into halftime up 19, and the way that this defense has been playing tonight, well, they could be in a really good spot.
I agree. Jake Roush will come out. Bateman's going to be the holder once more. Let's see if he can put this one on the board. The snap is, they flip it over his head. And Roush has a sideline. Can he get there? He does. 2-point conversion is good on the trickery.
Just like the old LSU fake field goal from about 10 years ago. No look, over the head pass. So now Bateman's done something else that he hadn't done. A no look pass for a 2-point conversion. What a play. What a player.
20-0 the score, 1:33 left. We'll be right back on the game of the week. Wild Country 107.7.
Are you planning to install a new garage door or garage door opener? Don't do it yourself. Call the experts at My Garage Door Company in Athens, a family-owned company, father and son, in business for over 10 years. They are certified and can do service and repair on all garage doors, mainly residential and light commercial. Call today for an estimate, 740-818-2915 for My Garage Door Company.
If you're looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle, come to Tinks Auto Trading Post, located on State Route 13, just off of Route 33 and Columbus Road in Athens. With over 30 years of experience, you can trust that you will get a great deal at a great price. We also offer routine maintenance on your cars, such as brakes, oil changes, and tires. Tinks Auto Trading Post, where less overhead means less markup. Remember to think change for your next great car deal. Tinks Auto Trading Post, 740-594-8465, or visit us on the web at tinksautotradingpost.com.
You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7 WSEO Nelsonville.
Roush on the ensuing kickoff from that score from Trent Mash. He's going to have to bring this one back. A false start called on the special teams unit. 20-0, 1:33 left in the first half here at Alexander High School with the Spartans in the lead. Raiders asking for the ball back, but not a lot of time to try to put points on the board.
Yeah, and the Raiders now taking the penalty. The Spartans are going to have to kick it from the 35 instead of the 40. Looked like the Spartans were just trying to kick it into no man's land right there. So really, to give River Valley no realistic return options in that situation. So we'll see if they go ahead and line it up and kick it deep here.
Which Roush can do.
Which, with 1:33 left, we've really yet to see River Valley throw it down the field any.
I'd take it away.
But you're one big play away from climbing back in this game. So
let's see if Roush puts a boot into this one. He already put one into the touchback area. And the second one, this one's a lot more on the line drive, caught in the air at the 13-yard line, brought back over to the right side, lowers his head and gets past the 30-yard line before he's brought down. And I believe that is 24, Aiden Walmsley, junior.
Walmsley is another name. That's the first time we've called his name tonight. But I remember saying his name plenty of times last year in a broadcast I had with River Valley. Another talented kid. The problem with River Valley right now is they just can't seem to find space. They're capable of moving the ball up the middle 2, 3, 4 yards at a time. We've seen that. They've proven that. But in order to expand on that and make it really work and flow as an offense, is you've got to be able to get someone to the outside or get the passing game going a little bit. And I think with 1 minute and 26 seconds left, if they've got pass plays in their arsenal,
this is the time.
This is the time to unload them right now. Because what do you got to lose?
So Perry goes under center in the I formation. Turn and the give to McLeod. McLeod's got the left side, and a good tackle there by the Spartans because he had a hole.
Yeah, and you can see them sticking with what has gotten them to this point. They're still, having success up the middle with those 2-3 yard gains. But if you're trying to score here, that's not the way to do it, as we're near a minute left in the first half.
Yeah, I believe they're just going to be content to take this to halftime because no rush at all on getting the play call in, and they got 1 yard on that one, so 2nd and 9 from the 34, and the clock continues to move. And just breaking the huddle at the 13-second mark of the play clock.
And barring a timeout, River Valley will need to run 2 more plays.
And there's your timeout. You called it?
We have a timeout.
River Valley. And we'll take this one with them. We'll be right back on the Game of the Week, Wild Country 107.7.
There's only one perfect food for watching or listening to sports. Pizza! Get ready for the game by calling one of the 3 locations of Little Italy Pizza in Nelsonville, Gloucester, or New Straitsville. Dough made fresh every day with 3 crusts to choose from, with all the toppings a pizza lover craves. Little Italy Pizza also features mouth-watering subs, sandwiches, salads, and appetizers. Open 7 days a week. Gloucester, New Straitsville, and Nelsonville. Locally owned and operated.
In Nelsonville, Fred Wolf Automotive is your local solution to your automotive needs. Whether it's your first car or your last, they are here to help. People always ask, who is Fred Wolf? He was their great-great-grandpa who had a car dealership in Nelsonville in the 1950s. They thought it was fitting to bring his name and some of his entrepreneurial spirit back to life. The inventory is constantly changing, so if they do not have what you are looking for, please give him a call. Local people who love to help local people. Fred Wolf Automotive, located at 1273 Chestnut Street in Nelsonville, 614-309-1756.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
Well, another big play here from the Alexander Spartans as the Raiders try to double pass there. I like the effort, but it falls short as Shad jumps up, gets the interception, brings it back inside the 40-yard line. Spartans have 28 seconds to maybe add to this lead.
Yeah, I am cool with that play, though, because we talked about it, at the beginning of this drive. If you had a pass play in your arsenal or a trick play in your arsenal, it's time to throw it because you have nothing to lose right now. You're losing 20-0. You got to find that spark on offense, but what a play by Shad.
Yeah.
What a run back. And now the Spartans with a little bit of hope to extend this to a 4-score game.
Bateman, pop pass. Now they reverse it, and the Raiders are ready for it, and they're going to be slung down to the ground. A big loss on that one, and now you figure the Spartans just let this one go to half, and they will.
Yeah, that was a double reverse, and Peyton Ainer, he was all over that one.
And let's see, I believe they're going to – they stopped the clock on us. Did we get a timeout from – and they're going to put time back on the clock, too.
19 seconds back on the clock.
So we did have a timeout on the field. We'll just keep it here, though. But so the Spartans tried their own trick play, and it had disastrous consequences as well.
I'm not sure that you needed to do that just because the momentum was on your side. You had that big running play to the outside on that last drive. I feel like maybe that's something you pull out if there's 5 seconds left. But with 28 seconds left when they started that play, there's still enough time for 3 or 4 plays, plus your timeouts, to try to move down the field in a more normal, comfortable way for this offense.
I think I try to save that for the second half, my first possession. Do it then, because then you're kind of taking the heart out of the other team. Yeah. You do it now, it doesn't really do as much, even if it's successful. But if you can pull that kind of play off, say your first play of your first drive of the second half, boy, that would just be deafening to them. So,
yeah,
but now it goes for naught, and they can't try it again.
Right, and we saw that a couple weeks ago when Athens scored on their opening drive against Vinton County in the second half. That really was it. It was over after that. So I get what you're saying, but maybe they got another one. Maybe they got 2 trick plays.
Maybe. Bateman with 3 receivers out to the right and puts Jewell in motion. Comes back to the left side and gets the snap. Rolls to the right side. He's got a lead blocker. He's going to rear up and throw it, and it's a long toss, and it falls incomplete. The closest one was a Gary Perry, the quarterback for the Raiders.
Yeah, that ball was launched. That was a pass right there.
Throw.
Just a little out of the reach of the wide receiver on that play. But again, you're in the situation now where you're close to midfield. You got to get some yards. I would imagine you get maybe inside the 20, the 15 to have a chance at a field goal. But really, you probably only have one more long play like that, especially if you connect. You'd have to call a quick timeout and then try the field goal if you can get down the field far enough.
3 receivers to the left. Let's see if he does it again. And this time he's going to try and throw that way. The ball's up in the air. Waller's the only one over there, but it's Craycraft with a second interception.
Uh-oh.
He's got the block, and he's got some room. Will he get to the outside? It's the 50-yard line. He steps out. And there was a second on the clock. Are they going to keep it, or are they going to let it run out?
Time's over.
The officials are still on the field for now. And we're not getting a call. And they are going to say end of the first half. 20-0. Alexander in the lead here with a lot to talk about in our Athens Insurance Services halftime show. But we're going to take a break and be back with that on the other side. It's Wild Country 107.7.
If you ask the My Garage Door Company team, how's business? They'll likely say, it's up and down, and they mean it, but not how you might think. My Garage Door Company's been keeping garage doors going up and down for over a decade. So remember, when a garage door problem occurs, don't call a we kind of service company or a maybe repair guy. Call the pros at My Garage Door Company for all garage door and opener problems. A family-owned and operated company. Visit their website at mygaragedoorco.com or call My Garage Door Company at 740-818-2915.
Hey, it's me. Well, you from the future. Let's talk budget. Gas prices are going up. You blew your budget buying groceries, and here comes your bill for car insurance. Now, that's one bill you can control when you choose Erie Insurance.
Do your future self a favor and ask about Rate Lock from Erie.
The only thing going down is the waistline on our jeans. Yep, low rise are back in again.
Your Erie agent is McFadden Insurance. Get a quote today at McFadden-insurance.com.
Go to ErieInsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement that we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. First National Bank. Together we grow. Member FDIC. Online at first-national.com.
Who can you turn to when you need a general contractor? Choose someone with over 30 years of experience, is licensed and insured. Choose the professionals at J&K Contracting. They're a full-service commercial and residential contractor. From new builds to remodeling, J&K Contracting has you covered from the ground up. Excavating or concrete, roofing or siding, replacement windows or decks, kitchen and bathroom remodels. One call, they really do it all. Call J&K Contracting, 740-698-3521. That's J&K Contracting, 740-698-3521.
Since 1926, Athens Insurance Services has focused on doing one thing and doing it well, providing peace of mind through affordable, comprehensive insurance protection. Whether you're looking for car insurance for your new teenage driver, home insurance for your first home, protection for your business or life insurance, they've got you covered. Representing Central Insurance Company, count on Andrew, Mike, Kendra, Hannah, Chelsea, and Brent. Athens Insurance Services at 375 Richland Avenue. Call 740-593-6639.
I'm Dr. Amy Maggard, and I'm a pediatrician at Holzer in Athens. Choosing to practice here meant coming home for me, and I'm able to give back to the community that I love. When it comes to local health care, think Holzer first.
I'm Dr. Aaron Ramsey, and I've been a chiropractor here at Holzer Athens for 20 years. I love this community and its people. That's why I choose to work and raise my family here. It's all about community, and that's why I think Holzer first.
You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7 WSEO Nelsonville.
Welcome, everybody, into the Athens Insurance Services halftime show here on the Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7. 20-0, the Alexander Spartans leading over the River Valley Raiders after the first half of play. And wasn't exactly the cleanest game like we talked about or we hoped for in the pregame, but the Spartans will take it, man. 20 points is 20 points.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that a little bit during the break. The Spartans have scored really they had that one big play at the beginning of the game with Waller.
62 yards, first touchdown.
First play of the game. Yeah, the big run in to end that second half that set him up inside the 3-yard line for that last score. And then in between there, you had a decent drive to set up a score. But you talk about the mistakes in this game by both sides. It's really kept the scoring low, but the Spartans are still able to kind of separate themselves from the Raiders just because of their speed, because of the talent that they actually have in the backfield and on the edges. They played,
and because of Isaac Waller,
and because of it's nice to have Isaac Waller, but they played a relatively clean game minus the turnover issues. That's the big deal. That is what's keeping the Raiders in this game. You know, it's a 20-point game.
They had the one penalty that led to the first down, and that was it, really, as far as in terms of detrimental
penalties. Yes, yeah. And the turnovers really, for the most part, have either been, you know, battle balls, unfortunate fumbles, which, you know, they had quite a few of those last week in the torrential downpour that they played at in MacArthur. But a little bit of that's carried over. But I think you see the difference in talent tonight between these two teams. Yeah. And, you know, with that said, you got to give the Raiders credit because they've kept themselves. Yes, they've taken advantage of some mistakes by the Spartans in terms of fumbles and things like that. But they have kept it from being the type of game that they've come to find themselves in most of the year, most of the last couple years, and that's a running clock at halftime. They're only down by 3 scores. So realistically, yes, if they can make something happen on offense, they could make this a game in the second half.
Which they do get the ball to start out. So that's helpful for their causes here. Alexander came in tonight's contest 2-4 on the season, 0-3 in the Tri-Valley Conference Ohio Division. And River Valley came in 0-6, 0-3 in the league as well. And again, as you mentioned, Nathan, in the pregame show, haven't had a win since 2021, and that was actually against Alexander at that time.
Yes.
So, as you said, still in the contest for all intents and purposes in terms of actually being on the scoreboard side of things, but it does feel like Alexander can control this game and would walk out of here with a victory if they, too, can cut out their mistakes.
Yeah, the name of the game in the second half for the Spartans, and even if you win this ball game, I think what the coaching staff is going to preach to their players is in the second half, no more turnovers.
Right.
No more turnovers. We have to end that because if you want a chance to upset a Nelsonville York or a Logan Elm, or, you know, you're going to have a battle with Meigs in Week 10 on this same field, by the way. It's the next and the last home game of the season, senior night for the Spartans in Week 10. You cannot turn the ball over 5 times against Meigs and expect to come out with a victory. So I think that's the focal point in the second half, regardless of what the score is. Clearly, we expect Alexander to kind of pull away in this game, and that's what they feel like they're going to do, I believe. But the main focal point for me is, can you hold on to the ball? Because right now, you got a 3-score lead in the game where you had 5 turnovers. You lost last week's game by 2 scores, and you had like 7 or 8 turnovers. Those are differences in ball games.
Yeah.
So that's the key factor for me, and I think what the coaching staff's going to look to in the second half is to clean up those mistakes, hold on to the football, and the score will be what the score is. Because if they continue to play the way they have, if they clean up those mistakes, the score will take care of itself.
So as you mentioned, Waller got the scoring started for the Alexander Spartans with a 62-yard touchdown run off the right side, scoring with 11:40 left in the first quarter. So as you said, first play after the kickoff, he goes down and gets the score. He later punched in one from 4 yards out. That was with 37 seconds left in the first quarter. And then the next points for the Spartans came with 1:33 left in the first half with Trent Mash polished off a touchdown. It was a nice play. He got him down inside the 5, and then they just gave it back to him, saying, go ahead and finish this off one. He was able to do so. And then the Spartans ran a little bit of a trickery on the extra point attempt where they lined up to kick it, and instead Bateman tosses it over his head to the kicker, Roush, who was running along the right side. He catches it, gets all the way to the edge, and gets the 2-point conversion. So there's your 20 points in the first half for the Alexander Spartans. I mentioned that Waller guy. He's pretty good, right? He also had a punt block tonight that was a Superman-esque, and I'm going to steal it just because I'm a big Superman fan anyway, and when you describe it that way, I'm taking it from you. So out he flies, knocks it away, lands on his head. The ball goes over to the left side of his team. Should have had that recovery. They did technically recover it, but they give it right back on a little pitch in that same play, so the Raiders got it back. But either way, he still gets a punt block, and he had what has to be the hardest hit that I have ever seen in high school football football in person in all the years I've been broadcasting.
Yeah, so we're up here in the box, and we're talking during that last break, and I wish I would have thought of this on the fly during that block, but I was like you, speechless. I couldn't think of the words to say. But we live in Southeast Ohio, and there are a lot of deer in Southeast Ohio. And a lot of people that are out there listening right now, I'm sure, have run into a deer. What happens when a deer gets hit by a vehicle? That's what we saw in the
Yes,
football.
we did.
You cannot picture it. You cannot paint the picture in a more perfect way than a deer versus a truck.
Yeah, I think I was about to say, I don't think Waller was a car on that. I think he was an absolute pickup truck.
Maybe a one-ton.
It was a monumental play. Waller is so much fun to watch out there, but he and his team do lead this one 20-0. We got about 15 minutes before we will get back to the third quarter action. But it is homecoming night here at Alexander, and we want to congratulate King Christopher Harris and Queen Avery Shields on homecoming night and trying to get a victory for the Spartans as well there. We're going to hit the break here. Mark Hunter is going to have some scores from around the area for you, so we're going to pass it on to him here on your Game of the Week, Wild Country 107.7.
Okay, thank you guys. We are at halftime of our game here on WSCO tonight, and Alexander leading at halftime 20-0 over the River Valley Raiders. We'll come back and take a look at some scores from around the area on this football Friday night. Coming up next, right here on Wild Country, we are Southeast Ohio.
Since 1926, Athens Insurance Services has focused on doing one thing and doing it well, providing peace of mind through affordable, comprehensive insurance protection. Whether you're looking for car insurance for your new teenage driver, home insurance for your first home, protection for your business or life insurance, they've got you covered. Representing Central Insurance Company, count on Andrew, Mike, Kendra, Hannah, Chelsea, and Brent. Athens Insurance Services at 375 Richland Avenue. Call 740-593-6639.
What's one of the worst feelings you can get? The one that hits you in the pit of your stomach. You can't find your keys. I have a solution. Announcing the new location of Athens Automotive Keys at 528 Richland Avenue in Athens. Dan and Gloria can take care of lost keys, transponder keys and programming, key duplication for house or business, and they now provide locksmith service. Athens Automotive Keys is open Monday through Friday, noon till 5:30 at 528 Richland Avenue, Athens. Call 740-590-6843.
In Nelsonville, Fred Wolf Automotive is your local solution to your automotive needs. Whether it's your first car or your last, they are here to help. People always ask, who is Fred Wolf? He was their great-great-grandpa who had a car dealership in Nelsonville in the 1950s. They thought it was fitting to bring his name and some of his entrepreneurial spirit back to life. The inventory is constantly changing, so if they do not have what you are looking for, please give them a call. Local people who love to help local people. Fred Wolf Automotive, located at 1273 Chestnut Street in Nelsonville, 614-309-1756.
There's only one perfect food for watching or listening to sports. Pizza! Get ready for the game by calling one of the 3 locations of Little Italy Pizza in Nelsonville, Gloucester, or New Straitsville. Dough made fresh every day with 3 crusts to choose from for all the toppings a pizza lover craves. Little Italy Pizza also features mouth-watering subs, sandwiches, salads, and appetizers. Open 7 days a week. Gloucester, New Straitsville, and Nelsonville. Locally owned and operated.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
All right, back here in the studios at halftime. Once again, the score of our game here on WSCO is Alexander 20 and River Valley 0. Taking a look at other scores from around Southeast Ohio, most of these are at halftime or beginning second half of action. Over on our sister station, WAIS 103.9 FM, it is homecoming night at Gloucester Memorial Stadium, and the Tomcats really come out fired up tonight as they lead the Belpre Golden Eagles 39-0. Once again, that game is ready to start the third quarter of play. Other scores in a big game in the Muskingum Valley League, Philo leading Sheridan 6-0. That has already began the third quarter of play. Waterford over Southern 21-0 at halftime. In a game that is being played, that's another huge game in the hockey division of the Tri-Valley Conference. Jackson is shutting out Washington Courthouse 21-0 at halftime. Wheelersburg is shutting out Oak Hill 35-0. Hillsboro shutting out Chillicothe 14-0 at halftime. Bloom Carroll, a perennial state power in football, is leading Logan M 21-0 at halftime. Portsmouth Northwest is leading Vinton County's Vikings 7-3 at halftime. Miami Trace over Greenfield McLean 44-3 at halftime. Huntington over Southeastern 14-6 at intermission. Big tussle on the 33 battle between Logan and Lancaster tonight in the OCC. It is tied up at 6-6 at halftime, Logan and Lancaster. Other games from around the area. It is John Glenn leading the Morgan Raiders 14-7 at halftime. Fairland shutting out Portsmouth 8-0 at half. Rock Hill shutting out Gallia Academy 13-0 at halftime. Amanda Clear Creek 14, the Lucas Cubs 0 at halftime. Nelsonville York's Buckeyes, big game in the Tri-Valley Conference Ohio Division. And on the road, the Buckeyes are leading Wellston's Golden Rockets 18-0. It is Valley 21, Portsmouth West 6, Fairfield Union 21, Liberty Union 6, Chesapeake 21, South Point 12. Waverly is shutting out Minford 27-0 at halftime. In the Muskingum Valley League, it is New Lexington 28, Maysville 10. And West Muskingum shutting out Crooksville 34-0. Athens is having a tremendous year. The Bulldogs are 6-0 on the year, ranked very high in the state rankings in their region of the state. And they are having, again, a great season. Right now, they are shutting out the Meigs Marauders 35-0. South Gallia leads Sciotaville East 46-0 at halftime. Once again, our score at intermission is Alexander 20 and River Valley 0. And over on our sister station tonight, if you're listening to 103.9 FM, the Trimble Tomcats leading Belpre 39-0 at halftime. Stay with us. Nathan and Joe will be back on the air here in just a couple of minutes to take you through the second half of tonight's game. Once again, your score at halftime here on Wild Country, Alexander 20 and River Valley 0. I'm Mark Hunter for WSEO Sports here in the sports room at Wild Country. We'll be back with the second half in just a moment.
Who can you turn to when you need a general contractor? Choose someone with over 30 years of experience, is licensed and insured. Choose the professionals at J&K Contracting. They're a full-service commercial and residential contractor. From new builds to remodeling, J&K Contracting has you covered from the ground up. Excavating or concrete, roofing or siding, replacement windows or decks, kitchen and bathroom remodels. One call, they really do it all. Call J&K Contracting, 740-698-3521. That's J&K Contracting, 740-698-3521.
That man. Call the man. Call the man. Just call the man. Just call the man. You better call that man. Call the man. We'll call the man. Call the man. Why didn't you call the man? I should have called the man like you said.
Call Coach's Appliance Heating and Air to take care of your appliances along with your heating and cooling needs. Call or text Nick today at 740-594-1865. That's 740-594-1865. Our family-owned business since 1986. Coach's Appliance Heating and Air. Reliable propane services by Rutland Bottled Gas. For over 70 years, Rutland Bottled Gas has been the trusted name in propane for southeastern Ohio and northern West Virginia. From tank installations and fillings to top-quality gas appliances, the professional team ensures you'll get the best service and products. Visit RutlandBottledGas.com or call 740-742-2511. Rutland Bottled Gas, fueling your home, fueling your life. Reliable, professional propane service provided by Rutland Bottled Gas. Here for you then, here for you now.
Our area is a great place to live. It's a great place to raise a family. One of our basic purposes is to serve the financial needs of this area. The money we lend is used to send kids to college, finance new businesses, which create new jobs, and much, much more. We're an equal housing lender. First National Bank. Together we grow. Member FDIC. Online at first-national.com.
Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
Welcome back, everyone, to Alexander High School, where we were just treated to a wonderful halftime show from the bands from River Valley and Alexander. Alexander Spartans band still out there right now as they are about to perform with some alumni out there, including our own Colin Williams, who's usually back at the station keeping us on the air in one way, shape, or form. He's out there playing with his band, and we love seeing him out there.
And one of the best parts about homecoming for any school, any broadcast I've been able to do is the alumni band.
Yes.
The alumni band comes back. It's just incredible. The atmosphere, the music, the sound, they're all great. Just a fantastic show put on tonight by both bands, especially the Marching Spartan outfit that we're watching right now.
So they're putting on a fantastic show, and the bands did so here at halftime. We're about 5 minutes away, so we're looking forward to a fantastic second half as well. Quick recap once again on this 20-0 lead for the Alexander Spartans. Alexander got it started quickly. They got the ball to start the game, and on the kickoff return, they started around the 40-yard line or so, a little bit back further than that, because 62 yards, Isaac Waller knocked it out of the park with a touchdown, scoring with 20 seconds off the clock in the first quarter. He later punched in a 4-yard touchdown, 37 seconds left in that same quarter. In the second frame, Trent Mash walked off a long run that came up about 4 yards short. He was able to punch it in with 1:33 left in the second quarter. And then Roush, the kicker, got a 2-point conversion run on a trick play. Bateman throws it over his head from the hold, which gave us 20 points. And as we said during the Athens Insurance Services halftime show, Isaac Waller's been so much fun to watch, except for anybody on the River Valley Raiders squad.
Yeah, he's literally done everything tonight for this Alexander Spartans team. I really don't even know.
Two rushing touchdowns, a Superman punt block that should have given his team the ball inside the red zone. Ended up going back to the Raiders on a fumble. And then just the hardest hit I have ever seen in my 10, 11 plus, somewhere plus years of doing the radio here for 107.7. And fortunately, the young man was okay. It was a quarterback, Gary Perry, ran up the middle until he hit the wall that is Isaac Waller. And, man,
I like what you did there.
I mean, he just laid the wood to him, and it was a phenomenal hit. And like I said, fortunately, we wouldn't be talking about it like this if Perry had been injured.
Oh, no, absolutely
And he wasn't. He pounced right back. So all credit in the world. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if Isaac Waller hit me like that, you guys wouldn't see me back on the air.
It would be a few weeks, I think. He'd be on the IR for a couple weeks. But, yeah, you talk about, I mean, we've seen a lot of players have breakout games and have great games offensively, defensively, whatever. But I'm not sure I've seen such a complete game with basically everything you just said.
It's one half.
Yeah, and it's all in one half. But basically everything you just said, it's every aspect of the game. And he has been a factor in every part of the game. And that's a big part of why, the Spartans find themselves in a good spot, up by 3 scores, 20-0, at halftime against River Valley. And again, River Valley, they circled this game and they felt like this probably could be their best chance, after the first few weeks of the year. Things start to unravel for the Raiders and injuries start to build up, but you got to believe that they came into this game looking at, okay, this is our one shot.
They had it circled. Absolutely.
This is our one shot, because the last 3 games we have in terms of River Valley, it's going to take a massive, massive upset. Not saying that this wouldn't be an upset tonight, because it would be, but it's a game that they probably felt like they could compete in.
Yes. Let me ask you this, from a Raiders perspective, in terms of what they need to do here in the second half. Does it behoove you just to play boring football? Because the boring football was getting them 3-4 yards, and then it was only when they started to try and get a little more exciting, going around the edges or trying to do that double pass and things like that, that it started to bite them. But they were slowly, but still getting positive yards on play after play until they started to try to open the playbook a little bit. So does it behoove them at this point, down 20 in the second half, to just stick with this bread and butter 3-4 yards unless you stop us? Or should they look at this and saying, hey, we've only got so many games left this season. Do we open it up and just try to do what we think was going to benefit us going forward? What do you feel?
Yeah, because and at case in point, you saw them change their base formation on offense from that shotgun spread to that I formation about halfway through the second quarter, and it really worked for them. So it's basically it's up to the coaching staff on, okay, how do we look at the second half of this game? Do we look at it as, okay, let's throw the kitchen sink and try to do whatever it takes to pick this win up, or do we just focus on what we did well in the first half, try to build, whether we win the game or not, try to continue to do the same thing the last 3 weeks of the season, knowing that this is, okay, coaching staff's in place. We're going to be back next year. We're going to try to get more numbers out next year. If you start to do the things that you expect to do next year now and start to fine-tune them, I think that's more of the approach that I would take if I was River Valley. But again, they may have more trick plays. They may throw everything but the kitchen sink at it, and they may try to come back and win this ball game by any means possible. But I think if you're looking in terms of building a program, this is the type of game where, okay, yeah, we're down, but let's see if we can cut into that lead. If we, maybe we can score on a big drive, a long drive, eat up clock. Maybe we go away back to River Valley with a 28-7 loss. And you know what? Looking at the first half and Alexander's 5 turnovers, a 27-7 point loss at the end of the day, compared to where you're at right now, wouldn't be that bad. I know you don't want to talk about moral victories if you're a coach, but for me, it's what am I going to do in the future?
Well, and for a program like River Valley that hasn't had a victory in a few years, the moral victories are what you need to build on. So to your point, I don't know where I would be in this situation. Part of me says, let's just play boring football and let's try to get 2 possessions where we score and we're within striking distance and maybe bank on Alexander making the mistakes instead of us making the mistakes. And then we're in the game and have a shot to win at the very end. It's kind of the way I'm leaning for that one.
Yeah, but here's the thing with Alex and Coach Tyler Davis. I don't expect them to have 5 turnovers in the second half.
Well, they better not.
I expect them to clean that part of the game up. I feel like they spent the entire halftime discussing those things.
I agree.
Maybe in a manner we can't really display on the radio, but I feel like that's going to be a focal point in the second half, and I feel like you're going to see a much cleaner game by Alexander, and if that's the case, it could be opened up at the end of this one. So,
sure.
Were we trying to catch a?
No, I was just watching.
We're trying to catch a football here from the cheerleaders.
Some of the cheerleaders were really rallying up, trying to throw this thing as hard as they could, and it just kind of fell a little short. But that one,
they made it in the
completion into our booth beside us. So
everybody's having
hopefully no fumbles in the booth beside us in the announcer's booth. So 20-0 is your score here as we start the third quarter. Thank you so much for joining us on the Athens Insurance Services halftime show. And thank you, Mark Hunter, back at the station for getting those scores out to everybody around the area. I know our listeners love to hear all the action going around the area, not just the game we're covering tonight. Well, that's where we are at Alexander High School, and so we appreciate all the assistance from Mr. Hunter, a legend in the broadcasting field, and we're lucky to have him there. Spartans are lucky to have Isaac Waller, that is for sure.
Yeah.
And so I think on defense here, if the Spartans can come out and create an early fumble, an early turnover, and get a score here, that would pretty much take the life out of the Raiders.
Yeah, and you talked about that trick play they ran, maybe trying that in the third quarter just to set the tone, and that's if they can get a turnover here on this first drive by River Valley, they could go a long way.
Roush kicks this one off to Craycraft, and there they go. They swarm him. I think he was trying to set up his blocker, and instead they both just stood still waiting for the rest of the Spartans to hit him.
That's a great spot for Alexander now, as this drive for River Valley is going to start inside the 20. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 15. So a long way to go for the Raiders. And again, we'll see what they decide. We talked about it. Do you play boring football? Do you try to open it up? It lends yourself to more mistakes, but it also high risk, high reward, right? You're in a situation where you haven't won a game in a while, so why not?
So River Valley will come out with 2 backs with their quarterback back there. One to the left, one to the right, 2 receivers out right. They're at the 15-yard line, 1st and 10 from there. They turn to give it to McLeod, and McLeod goes up the middle where he's met by a plethora of Spartans and brought down after a short gain.
And see, that's the thing. Like, they ran that ball out of the shotgun, and that was not working in the first quarter. They switched the I formation. So my concern is if you know you're going to run up the middle, why not get those extra blockers? Get the extra blockers up there, because that was a half a yard gain right there where we saw them picking up 3, 4, 5 yards on that same situation, just out of a different formation in the second quarter.
Looks like they go back to the shotgun once again here.
What do I know?
I was waiting to see if they would crawl back underneath there, but going to come out at least for this drive, it looks like. Gets the handoff, gives it over to McLeod up the middle again, and he gets his way past the 20-yard line down at the 21. Did lose the ball, but he was already on the ground.
Yeah, and that's a good run by McLeod right there, picking up about 5-6 yards. And maybe when I go back to what I said, where you just try to do what you're planning on doing next year and for the rest of the season, maybe that is the base offense that they're going to implement. Maybe that is their base. Maybe that's what they want to be moving forward. And if that's the case, then I'm all for it.
Again, Alexander leading this one 20-0 as we're just underway here in the third quarter. And I expect the River Valley is probably going to try and mix something up here, as they look like they might be going ahead and getting that I formation here. They do. So they are mixing it up. See if they give it to the up back they've had, and they said they're going to get a false start.
This is the
delay.
So the third time on a third down and manageable tonight that this has happened, a 5-yard penalty.
And that's what we talked about in our pregame show, was keeping it clean for both teams, and neither team's been clean here tonight, but Alexander's been able to benefit the most with that 20-0 lead. But you're right, every time River Valley's got a manageable situation, they shoot themselves in the foot. Brings up 3rd and 9 inside their own red zone, which is not where they want to be.
9 seconds on the play clock.
They might get it again. And they get this one. He drops back to pass, now rolling over. He tries to split it over, and who's there to knock it down? Waller.
Yeah, he just has a nose for the ball. I don't understand this. He seems to always be in the area.
He's like the my player in your Madden game or whatever. Like, everything goes his way, and he's around everything.
Yeah, so again, another untimely turnover kills a drive for River Valley, and if you're the Spartans, you're going to get the ball back less than 2 minutes left, or 2 minutes removed from this quarter, with a chance to really push that knife into the back of these.
Yeah, the receiver for this punt is on the plus side of the 45.
Short punt.
And he's going to land at the 35 and take a little bit of a bounce now. And down on it there before the 40. So great field position, starting position for the Alexander Spartans.
So now I'll ask you this question. If you're the Spartans, do you continue to keep the ball on the ground, or do you go for the dagger early on this drive in the third quarter?
I would say go for the dagger if you still had that trick play, but maybe you have a different one. But I would try to take the air out of the Raiders' sails here and just put the points on the board right away. And my defense wasn't out there very long, so I'm not worried about that. I'm coming out of a break. I'm going to try and score quickly if I'm Alexander. They're going to go into a pistol set. 1st and 10 from the 37 is where they spot it. Waller is behind Bateman. Bateman's low snap and gets it up into the hands there. Nowhere to go. Still trying, and finally gets clobbered. I think they gave that to Rylan Hucks, maybe?
Yeah, Hucks on the carry, and Cash Hunt stood that play up, and it looks like a loss of 3 as the Raiders down.
Yeah, it looks like I think he was on the ground holding Hucks by the ankle, which set up a big hit. We'll give him a moment to get composed here as the athletic trainer staff comes out to treat him. We'll be right back on the Game of the Week, Wild Country 107.7.
If you're looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle, come to Tinks Auto Trading Post, located on State Route 13, just off of Route 33 and Columbus Road in Athens. With over 30 years of experience, you can trust that you will get a great deal at a great price. We also offer routine maintenance on your cars, such as brakes, oil changes, and tires. Tinks Auto Trading Post, where less overhead means less markup. Remember to think tank for your next great car deal. Tinks Auto Trading Post, 740-594-8465. 5 or visit us on the web at tanksautotradingpost.com.
Since 1926, Athens Insurance Services has focused on doing one thing and doing it well, providing peace of mind through affordable, comprehensive insurance protection. Whether you're looking for car insurance for your new teenage driver, home insurance for your first home, protection for your business or life insurance, they've got you covered. Representing Central Insurance Company, count on Andrew, Mike, Kendra, Hannah, Chelsea, and Brent. Athens Insurance Services at 375 Richland Avenue. Call 740-593-6639.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
The injured player for the Raiders, Peyton Hayner, is coming off the field now with some assistance from the athletic training staff. A little limp to him now, but he was able to put a weight on that left leg. Now he's holding it up, so hopefully he'll be okay. 2nd and 13, it looks like, after that loss on the play. And I don't know, maybe that was some part of their trick play, and it just didn't work out for the execution side. Back to the pistol formation. And fake that same play this time. They give it to Waller. That's worked so far. Waller going out to the edge and gets past the 40 and will run out of bounds. And his own teammates scattering as he came to the sideline.
I would be too. I mean, you've seen him hit people as we've got a flag down on the far side of the field, but yeah, you don't want to take that hit.
Nope.
No matter what jersey you got on.
And I don't think Waller would discriminate either. If you're in his way. Right now, it sets at the 36-yard line is where he went out of bounds.
Flag is down near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the officials having a conversation about whether they think Waller or somebody else should be the Texas Roadhouse player of the game.
I don't think there's any discussion.
And we still don't have a preliminary call at this point.
The Spartans are ready to get up on the line.
Around and okay, we got a hold against the defense. And so that should tack on from the 36 another 5 yards. Got to turn around, go the other way. There you go.
Yeah, so that's going to be
week 7 for the officials. They should have this
manageable down and distance here now. After that first play of the drive went backwards 4 yards.
So now it sits at the 26, and that'll be a first down. I didn't say 5 yards. I meant 10.
There you go.
I can't math either.
That's okay.
Week 7 for me, too. Pistol formation once again for the Spartans. 1st and 10 from the 26, trying to add to their 20-0 lead. Bateman calls for it, gets it low. Quick pass out to the left side. It's caught by Shad. Shad trying to cut it back up, and he won't get much, maybe a yard or two. And we got another flag on the far side, and that was due some extracurriculars from the receiver and the defensive back there.
There's a little bit of scrum going on over there. Maybe some words said. Definitely nowhere near the actual play.
Nope. That was all the way on the right side, and the pass was on the left, and I think that's going to probably go against River Valley here. It was about a 2-yard, 2-yard pickup on the pass play.
And you talk about those mistakes that are 100-mile-an-hour mistakes are one thing, but that right there is a mental mistake.
Yeah, just don't need that.
Right.
Emotional game football is, but keeping those emotions in check and using it to your advantage is part of the game.
It's part of the game, and that's part of the life lessons you learn from
That's right. That is right. This is the most chill, relaxed head official I have ever seen.
He does not get in a hurry, does
he? No, he doesn't. We're all just waiting for him to play his game.
He might be full of those Texas Roadhouse rolls right now.
Just content. And personal foul against the Alexander Spartans.
See if they...
And that's it, looks like. So it's just against Alexander?
Offsetting.
Okay, now you get one. He didn't make the signal twice.
No, he didn't make the signal.
Well, they're marching it against Alexander, so it looks like they're only giving it to them.
He definitely pointed to River Valley.
He pointed, but he didn't make the motion. He didn't make the call again to River. And they only marched off yardage against Alexander, so that looks like personal foul against Alex. He's going to march him back to the 40 or to the 39. And so first and a long way.
First and shade right now.
Yeah. First and about where Texas Roadhouse is. Turn to the give to Waller. Waller pushing his own lead blocker, and will get up about 3 yards maybe.
Yeah, that's the safe play, just to try to get some yards there if you're the Spartans. Again, what you have in your advantage right now is the clock's continuing to roll. Under 9 minutes now in the third quarter with a 3-score lead. But still a long way to go here, about second down and 24 according to the clock. You definitely want to try to get some points on this drive, but
sure,
you've got to pick up some. At least one of these next 2 plays has to be a chunk play.
Yes, I agree.
Looks like this might be the play they're going to try to get it on.
Shotgun formation with 2 receivers out left, 2 to the right. Waller beside Bateman. They give it to Bateman. No, he pulls it out, keeps it himself. Bateman out to the right side. He's got a lead blocker there, too. Gets to the edge. He's up past the 15 to 20. Or excuse me, the 20 to the 15 and out near the 10-yard line. What a play by Bateman.
Yeah, Bateman, that was a great fake. Fake the handoff there. Really pulled those linebackers up and to the left side. Really gave him the space that he needed to get the corner. And then he just turns on the jets and does everything else by himself.
Give Coach Davis a lot of credit there, because that was a perfect play call in that situation. Because you're trying to be safe, right? Oh, we're going to be going out of the outside. Pick up a first down.
Get the defenders moving one way, and you go to the other way. That's typically going to lend itself to some success.
Out at the 11-yard line, so they can get a first down without scoring. Put a man in motion. They give it to Waller. Waller goes to the left side. He's got the edge. He's got room. He cuts it up, and he's got a touchdown. Waller, 11-yard touchdown run. His 3rd score of the game.
Waller just doing Waller things tonight. He has taken this game over. The first score in the second half, that could be the finishing touches on a Alexander victory and also a Texas Roadhouse player of the game.
Let's leave some suspense for the postgame,
okay,
right?
Yeah. We won't announce it yet. You got to wait for the postgame.
Yeah, you got to figure out all their clues. So Roush will set to try to add the extra point here, unless Bateman wants to try to do something tricky again. Not this time. Roush kick up, and it is no good off to the left side. So 26-0 the score. 8:13 left in the third quarter. We'll be right back on the Game of the Week. Wild Country 107.7.
Psst. Want to know how to get more for less? I'm talking the most bang for your buck. It's the one and only McDonald's app, slinging deals every day. So start with your choice of any breakfast sandwich, like a delicious crispy chicken biscuit or tasty egg McMuffin for just $3. Or spend just $1 and get free medium fries. The McDonald's app is out here doing the most, and you're getting more because of it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 9/16/24 to 10/6/24. Participating McDonald's. Valid when product served. Valid once a day. Must opt into rewards. Excludes tax.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent is McFadden Insurance. Get a quote today by calling 753-1905.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states. The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
26-0, Alexander now leads after that scoring drive, punched in by Isaac Waller. And this ensuing kickoff is going to roll out of bounds at the 2-yard line. You got to be kidding. A good kick from Roush, and it landed about the hash mark and just rolled all the way to the sideline. And it'll be brought out to, I think, the 30 or 20, 35? I forget where they put it now in high school.
I believe it's the 20.
Don't see it very often.
25?
Don't see it very often where they kick out of bounds anymore.
No, not typically, especially in the TVC.
So they're going to march this thing up to... Somebody put the football down.
That was the
35. I was right twice today.
35. It's the 30.
My goodness.
30 in the NFL. Is it the 25 in college?
Starting to make a habit out of this being right thing. No one's going to know what to think. 26-0 again. 8:13 left in the third quarter. Alexander in the lead. River Valley trying to get some points on the board. We'll see whether this is the drive for it.
And at a certain point, it's about pride, but it's also about taking the time, the opportunity now to learn your craft for next season.
Sure.
They do lose 11 seniors off this team, so that is going to be a big hurt for them. But
the mess of a handoff up front that was a short handoff to Luke McLeod. He was only standing about a yard behind the quarterback who was under center, and he's going to get maybe a yard on this. And also, it looks like he might be the player on the ground here as well for the Raiders. We'll take a moment for him. We'll be right back on the Game of the Week. Wild Country 107.7.
Psst. Want to know how to get more for less? I'm talking the most bang for your buck. It's the one and only McDonald's app, slinging deals every day. So start with your choice of any breakfast sandwich, like a delicious crispy chicken biscuit or tasty egg McMuffin for just $3. Or spend just $1 and get free medium fries. The McDonald's app is out here doing the most, and you're getting more because of it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 9/16/24 to 10/6/24. Participating McDonald's. Valid when product served. Valid once a day. Must opt into rewards. Excludes tax.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
Back to action here at Alexander High School on homecoming night. Once again, congratulations to the new homecoming king, Christopher Harris, and the queen, Avery Shields.
Joe, were you the homecoming king back in high school?
No. Not my bag there. Crowns don't really fit on my head anyway. 7.5 left in the third quarter. Alexander leading 26-0. 2nd and 9 from the 36. Perry drops back and is grabbed on and slung to the ground. And we'll try and give you that number as well. Was it Waller? Why not? I don't think that was Waller. It's not Waller. It is.
Did you see what he did there?
Yeah, Trevor Sweeney, I think. He pointed to the announcer booth and said, pointed to his
this
numbers.
Is my number. Not every play's being made by one guy tonight. Come on, man.
I believe that was Trevor Sweeney, and I hope I got his name right because he deserves it after that. And it was Trevor Sweeney. Our apologies, my man. Good job there. He slung the sack down, and it brought up a pretty big loss there of about 6, it looks like, and now River Valley is going to be marched off another 5.
And that's another
for a false start.
It's another pre-snap penalty by River Valley. And again, those are the things that you can't have this late in the season, and quite honestly, early in the season in a game where, you're trying to pull off an upset, especially on the road.
So 3rd and a mile. Shotgun formation for Perry. Trying to get him to draw. Doesn't. He drops back. He's going to look over the middle. He's got a man, but he's going to overthrow this thing. And the only person who had a shot at it was Trent Shad, who already came away with 1 pick today.
Yeah, Shad just out of his reach, tried to one-arm. Who was that for Ohio State to have 2 one-arm catches last week? Tried to pull one of those off, but just couldn't grasp the football. And the Spartans
down and long.
Yeah, they're going to have to punt again, or the Raiders, apologies, going to have to punt again.
And with the way that this punter, who's got a decent leg in Jeremiah Perry, punts, this thing may make it right back to where the first down marker would be.
Yeah, it may. And the only difference is he's not getting much roll. He's getting a lot of height.
And it's going to get past it. It's going to get about to the 49 and then take a backwards bounce.
Yeah, you see it again. Most of these punts from the Raiders they're either hitting and bouncing sideways or they're coming back. And
so I was a yard off from being right again.
You were. I'll tell you what, you're going to have to tell the guys all about this on the Wednesday show.
They're not going to believe it. They won't believe it. They've seen me do the fade. They're not going to believe me being right. So Alexander has the ball. First down at the 46 here.
Yeah. Again, another starting drive for Alexander in plus territory.
Plus territory, yeah. 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. Alexander leads 26-0.
The big factor on this drive, if the Spartans can score a touchdown, you're in running clock territory.
That's true. On the pistol formation, They turn. This is an option. They're going to throw it up to Waller. Waller does a great job bringing it down, then gets the edge. He's out past the edge, shakes a couple tackles, and Waller adding to the legacy that is this game. Wow. First down and a couple more, let's say, to the 29-yard line. Give him about 15 on that one.
At this point, I really don't know what to say because that should have been a 7 or 8 yard gain. He sheds a tackler, tiptoes down the sidelines, and is finally pushed out of bounds by a Raider. If that guy wasn't there, he was gone again. What an incredible display of athleticism tonight from Mr. Waller. It's incredible.
Shotgun formation with Waller to the right. Now we're just going to be watching this young man the rest of the way. A little pop pass. It is complete into the hands of Maddox Meek, who gets to the right side, and he's brought down.
There it
and
is.
Immediately, here come the flags.
Got him by the color.
And he would have only had, I think, a zero gain on that, but it's going to be plus more because of those penalties.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's not a call that you see a lot of, but it was so egregious there right in front of the head ref. They had to throw the flag in that situation.
Everybody in the stadium saw it, too. So this should be another first down for the Spartans as they now move inside the red zone.
Yeah, 15,
should be marked at the 14-yard line.
15 yards for the penalty, and
just past the 15 to the 14.
Now, do you go to the corner of the end zone again here like you did in the first half?
They tried it, and they got picked off, so I don't know. Pistol formation once again. I'm going to flip it out to Waller. Waller picks it up, cuts it up now, gets to the edge. Again, should have been brought down for a loss and gets by, and now just rolling through people, finally slung out of bounds, but not until he got about to the 6.
I don't understand, man. I just don't.
Every time he gets the ball, it looks like he should be brought for a loss, and then he just steamrolls people.
There was a defender in the backfield at the 16-yard line. He cuts by the first line of defense, and it still takes, from the point of contact, it was a 10-yard line, and he gets tossed out of bounds around the 5. I just don't understand. I'm running out of words to describe what is happening on the field without trying to repeat myself because it's the same thing every play.
So they mark it at the 7. And they give it to Waller once more. Off to the left side. He cuts it up, and he is in. Touchdown, Isaac Waller. 7-yard touchdown.
Just putting the exclamation point on the night, on homecoming. What a breakout game for Isaac Waller. What a total domination for this kid on this team tonight. 4th touchdown of the night. Is that what you said?
That is his 4th. 62, 4, 11, and 7.
Now, I don't know a lot about the Spartans' historical records, but I would say, 5, 6, 7 touchdowns maybe is the school record.
I wouldn't know on the record as we have Roush trying to kick this one up and through, and that is clean. 32-0 the score. We'll be right back on the Game of the Week. Wild Country 107.7.
There's only one perfect food for watching or listening to sports. Pizza! Get ready for the game by calling one of the 3 locations of Little Italy Pizza in Nelsonville, Gloucester, or New Straitsville. Dough made fresh every day with 3 crusts to choose from, with all the toppings a pizza lover craves. Little Italy Pizza also features mouth-watering subs, sandwiches, salads, and appetizers. Open 7 days a week. Gloucester, New Straitsville, and Nelsonville. Locally owned and operated.
Football season is here. Keep your athletes at their best with Holzer in Athens. Dr. Jason Cox Orthopedics and Dr. Aaron Ramsey Chiropractic Care are currently accepting new patients. From follow-up care to injury repair, our healthcare team at Holzer Athens will keep your athlete in the game. Call 855-446-5937 to schedule your appointment today. That's 855-446-5937.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
A lot. 33-0, Alexander leads. River Valley got a little space here, though, on the kick return. One man to beat. It's the kicker, and he trips him up. And so what would have been a huge play for the River Valley Raiders is still a good one, as they'll start in plus territory. Kicker Roush saves a touchdown.
Yeah, Jake Roush looking like Pat McAfee right there with the tackle from the kicker position. That is a touchdown-saving tackle right there, and that would have instantly taken the running clock off the board.
I think that's was Walmsley. I think that was Walmsley on the return.
It was a great kick. I believe it was caught inside around the 10-yard line. So
just cut it up. So for the first time in very long time, the Raiders are on the plus side of the field.
Yep. Definitely the farthest starting best field position for River Valley tonight with 4:05 to go in the third quarter.
We'll start them at the 41 for the Raiders. They start in the shotgun. And we're going to have a stoppage here. Timeout Alexander. We'll take it with them. Be right back on Wild Country 107.7.
The game of the week on Wild Country 107.7.
Pidcock Glass is the largest full-service glass company in the area. They've been serving Southeast Ohio for over 30 years and have over 100 years in combined experience. They do it all: commercial, residential, screen, mirrors, tabletops, and heavy equipment. Have a unique issue? Just let them know. Check them out online at pidcockglass.com or call 740-753-4527 to set up an appointment or stop in at 500 East Canal Street in Nelsonville. Pidcock Glass.
Discover your future at Tri-County Career Center, where students earn industry-recognized credentials in fields like nursing, HVAC, networking, and welding. Dive into a learning experience that equips you with the job-focused skills needed to succeed in the workforce, the military, or college. Whether you're eyeing our 2-year programs or adult courses, you too can boost your earning potential. Take the first step today. Call 800-637-6508 or visit us at TriCountyHighTech.com. Tri-County proudly supports all student athletes.
The game of the week on Wild Country 107.7.
33-0, Alexander leads with 3:15 and counting on the running clock here in the third quarter. The Raiders try this reversal play, and this one goes for a big loss as well.
Again, just trying something different. There you see a play that maybe they're going to try to implement, further into their offense, and just didn't execute right there.
Shotgun formation. Perry asking for it, gets it now, drops back, looking to the right, fires right, but it is way overthrown. Craycraft, the intended target.
You kind of see back-to-back plays where the Raiders are trying to get chunk plays on some plays that they haven't really ran a whole lot of tonight, but it sets themselves up with a third down and 17. Again, the clock's running, so it doesn't matter if it's an incomplete pass or not. The clock's going to keep going. So.
That's true. Nothing they can really do to conserve time here. They just got to try and put points on the board and knock that thing off. Staying in the shotgun. 3 receivers out right, 1 to the left. Perry asking for it. He gets it. Drops back again. Again looking to the right. Here comes the blitz. And he loses the ball. Ball is loose. Rolling around. I think he came right back to Perry, but the Spartans may have wrestled it away. And Waller has it, of course. And it goes to sure, let's just add another accolade for Waller as he gets the fumble recovery.
You talk about stat lines. This stat line is going to be so long. Like if it was a scroll on ESPN, this would be the biggest stat line of the year.
Folks, if you had Isaac Waller on your fantasy team.
Oh, yeah. You won this week.
You won.
You're not getting beat tonight.
And neither are the Spartans, it looks like. They're up 33-0, 1:25 left in the third quarter with a running clock. And so 1st and 10 from the 49, from the plus side of the 49 for the Spartans. They give it to Waller. Waller up the middle. No, he keeps it himself. Bateman's got the sideline. And he's got a blocker out in front of him, too. Past the 30, the 25, pushing his way down to the 20-yard line. He's been inspired a bit by Isaac Waller and decides to get physical himself. Good run there from Bateman.
And let's not lose the fact that Bateman's had a great game tonight, too.
That's true. Very true.
He has played very well. And ordinarily, he would be in the running for, your player of the game type game tonight for him, but it's just being overshadowed by everything that Mr. Waller's done.
Have we called Waller's name yet? Has he done much?
Is he out there? Has he played tonight?
Good job there by Bateman picking it up inside. This is going to mark him out at the 22, actually. And back to the pistol goes. And that was another well-executed play by the Spartans because I thought for sure Waller had it up the middle and had space. They're going to give it to Waller this time, and he bounces it off tackle, moves up forward, past the 10, 5, and trips down inside the 5-yard line. But just again, beast mode from Isaac Waller tonight.
Yeah, and that'll be the last play of the third quarter. So we'll go into the fourth quarter with Alexander on the door yet again.
About 5 yards out knocking, and you're right, that brings it up to the end of the third. 33-0 the score. We'll be right back on Wild Country 107.7.
Let's be honest. The only way you should have glass work done around the house or at your business is by a professional. And that professional is Pidcock Glass in Nelsonville. They do glass replacement, storm window and repairs, and patio door glass. They do custom glass, mirrors, plexiglass, and Lexan. They can even cut custom glass of all shapes. Call Pidcock Glass today at 740-753-4527 or stop in at 500 East Canal Street in Nelsonville. Check them out online at pidcockglass.com.
In Nelsonville, Fred Wolf Automotive is your local solution to your automotive needs. Whether it's your first car or your last, they are here to help. People always ask, who is Fred Wolf? He was their great-great-grandpa who had a car dealership in Nelsonville in the 1950s. They thought it was fitting to bring his name and some of his entrepreneurial spirit back to life. The inventory is constantly changing, so if they do not have what you are looking for, please give them a call. Local people who love to help local people. Fred Wolf Automotive, located at 1273 Chestnut Street in Nelsonville, 614-309-1756.
The game of the week on Wild Country 107.7.
We flipped the field here for the fourth quarter. 33-0 Alexander in the lead with that running clock going as soon as we get going here. And Isaac Waller has put his team inside of the 5-yard line down to the 4. And he's going to play that little off tight end motion here. See whether they give it to him or whether somebody else maybe gets a shot at trying to score. And Bateman keeping it himself. Gets to the goal line and dives forward. Touchdown, Spartans. Bateman gets on the board.
Yeah, great decision there. Faked the handoff, ran to the right side. Bowled his way into the end zone for another touchdown. Alexander, it's been all Alexander. One thing, though, in the second half, Spartans have any turnovers?
Do they?
They do not.
I don't think so.
They don't. That was the emphasis at halftime,
That's right.
I'm sure.
That's right.
It wasn't much. It was just quarterback keeper.
4-yard touchdown there by Bateman. And are they going to try? They think they thought about coming out for 2, and now they'll just go back to the extra point attempt for Roush.
The only thing a 2 does is if River Valley does score, they would have to get the PAT to kill the clock.
Well, they'll just stick with the extra point attempt. Roush. Kick is way up and through and over towards that tower. So 35-0 the score. We'll be right back on Wild Country 107.7.
Since 1926, Athens Insurance Services has focused on doing one thing and doing it well, providing peace of mind through affordable, comprehensive insurance protection. Whether you're looking for car insurance for your new teenage driver, home insurance for your first home, protection for your business or life insurance, they've got you covered. Representing Central Insurance Company, count on Andrew, Mike, Kendra, Hannah, Chelsea, and Brent. Athens Insurance Services at 375 Richland Avenue. Call 740-593-6639.
That man. Call the man. Call the man. Just call the man. Just call the man. You better call that man. Call the man. We'll call the man. Call the man. Why didn't you call the man? I should have called the man like you said.
Call Coach's Appliance Heating and Air to take care of your appliances along with your heating and cooling needs. Call or text Nick today at 740-594-1865. That's 740-594-1865. A family-owned business since 1986. Coach's Appliance Heating and Air.
You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7 WSEO Nelsonville.
40-0 now the score as Bateman puts it in from 4 yards out for the Alexander Spartans. And the ensuing kickoff is a
was an offside.
It was offsides, and I'm kind of glad the penalty got called because I don't know why the Spartans would be doing that in this situation. This onside kick. I'm just going to call it the way I see it. It's Bush League. You don't do it when you're up 40-0.
Yeah, I did refer to Jake Roush as Pat McAfee earlier, and that's exactly the same
was trying
play.
to do it?
Trying to recover his own onside kick. But I'm with you. 40-0 score right now. Just kick the ball off.
Yep.
Get out of here with no injuries.
And it was intentional. It wasn't like he botched it and it went for it. He was trying to do it. To your point, the Pat McAfee move where, I don't like that at all.
And you can see even still on this second kick, there is a big hole in the middle of the field. So I understand that the play is there, but it's just the wrong situation to pull that out.
Yeah, not a fan. So Rouse will see about kicking this one away. He does this time on a line drive. And Craycraft picks it up at the 15. Brings it straight up. Get a little bit of blocking. Now stops there past the 30. And still pushes forward to about the 35. A little bit further. And we get a late flag from a lot of pushing and shoving. And this is what happens when you do a play like that. You're going to have a reaction.
Yeah, so now we've got penalty flags on the field and some pushing and shoving going on. Yeah, I'm with you. A play like that leads to, okay, I feel disrespected, so now I'm gonna maybe do something I shouldn't do here, and that's not what anybody needs.
And pride myself on being a professional broadcaster, so I'm going to leave it at that.
So the personal fouls against Alexander.
Let's take a moment to thank our sponsors here tonight. H&R Block, McFadden Insurance, J&K Contracting, Athens Insurance Services, Athens Automotive Keys, your local McDonald's, First National Bank, Rutland Bottle Gas, Tinks Auto Trading Post, Tri-County Career Center, Fred Wolf Automotive, Little Italy Pizza, Holzer Health Systems, Coach's Appliance Heating and Air, Pidcock Glass, and My Garage Door Company. And, of course, at the end of the game, we will have a Texas Roadhouse Player of the Game gift certificate dinner for two to give out to some player that we may have called once or twice here tonight.
We'll have to see who that is. I'm still unsure.
You're going to be shocked. 7:10 and counting on the clock here with this 40-0 lead. And actually, they stopped counting for some reason. Clock stopped at 7:07. Perry drops back, throws to the right side, and nearly picked off by Bateman. He had a shot at it.
Hey, that would have made a case. That would have made us think with a pick six right there.
And the clock is still stopped for some reason. I'm not sure.
It's glitching. It's counting off. It's just not doing it like it should be. Yeah.
Yeah. Every couple seconds it's showing up.
Maybe some issues with the Wi-Fi there.
So we'll keep an eye on that as well. But Alexander not really too worried about it as they are up 40-0 on the River Valley Raiders. It's going to bring 2nd and 10 from the 20. Perry, give, and that goes up to Walmsley, who clears the 20-yard line down to about the 23-24. Excuse me, that was Loudon on the carry on that one.
So another third down, and it looks like about 6 for the Raiders. This has been the play tonight where they've had a lot of their pre-snap penalties on. We'll see if they can get this one off without a problem. Try to pick up another first down here as we're inching closer to the end of this one.
Perry's got a running back to the left and right of him. Gets a snap. And is going to give it to McLeod. McLeod gets past the 25 and down about the 27-yard line.
So now you're looking at a 4th down.
McLeod's still limping around a little bit. He came up a little lame earlier. I thought he may be dealing with a cramp. So 4th and 4. You expect they're going to go for it, right? 5 minutes left. Well, they're going to talk about it in the timeout, so we'll take it with them. We'll be right back on the Game of the Week, Wild Country 107.7.
Psst, Want to know how to get more for less? I'm talking the most bang for your buck. It's the one and only McDonald's app, slinging deals every day. So start with your choice of any breakfast sandwich, like a delicious crispy chicken biscuit or tasty egg McMuffin for just $3. Or spend just $1 and get free medium fries. The McDonald's app is out here doing the most, and you're getting more because of it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 9/16/24 to 10/6/24. Participating McDonald's. Valid when products served. Valid once a day. Must opt into rewards. Excludes tax.
Rutland Bottled Gas has been in Southeast Ohio since 1947 and serve all the surrounding counties in West Virginia and Ohio. At Rutland Bottled Gas, they have products that make your life more comfortable, like propane for your home, business, farm, and industry, space heaters, ventless log sets, Weber grills, and gas and electric ranges. Rutland Bottled Gas has you covered with 2 locations to better serve your needs. 282 Main Street, Rutland, at 177 North Plains Road in the Plains. Visit RutlandBottledGas.com or call 740-742-2511.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
So River Valley comes out in this pump formation, and the snap looked like it might have been a mistake, kind of bouncy, but it may have been intentional because I'll tell you what, the running back that got it there, and that one may have actually been Walmsley. Let me get the number for you. 43. I'm not seeing.
Loudon.
Thank you. Loudon again. So it was the same kid. I messed him up twice. He gets a first down out of that. He just plowed forward and got there. So I like that if you're River Valley. Go into the punt formation and then pull this thing off, see if you got it. And they got it.
Picked it up off the ground. It was a low snap to him. I believe it was on purpose, though.
Yeah.
Because he was ready as soon as he picked it up, running forward.
Perry keeps this one himself, and that was a miscommunication. But he spins out of it a little bit and picks up a decent gain.
Looks like about 5 yards on the play right there. You got to give River Valley credit. They're not giving up. I mean, they're not laying down right now.
I like that.
And another thing that I want to point out, and I know I've said this already, but the stands on the opposite side of the field are packed. There is nowhere else to sit over there for the Raiders fans. So you have to give them credit. Yes, they're struggling, but they have the following. They've got the loyalty. They just need the time.
Yeah, I agree. Got to build something. Back in the I formation. Perry turns, gives, and a little space here. And this is Craycraft on his first carry. He gets out to the 50. So trying to get the ball into their athletes' hands.
Yeah, and that's a player you can build off, for the future with Craycraft. He's only a sophomore this year. Doesn't look like a sophomore out on the field tonight.
Yeah, he had that botched kickoff that actually had to go out on injury there, but then he had a pick that made up for it in the end zone, and now he gets a nice carry out there, and he's going to sit there and dot the I on this again.
He could be their best player moving into next year with all the seniors that are leaving the program.
Good point.
Craycraft's going to be a name you're going to hear a lot next year for River Valley.
And Perry, the quarterback, also a sophomore. He turns and gives to Craycraft. He gets past the 50 and down around the 48-yard line.
And so far in this game, they've had Craycraft out at wide receiver. Now they've shifted into running back. It looks almost a little bit more comfortable running the ball at this point.
Yeah. 2-yard pickup there, 2nd and 8 with 2:40 left in this game, 40-0, Alexander leading. And the score is what it is, but it's been an entertaining matchup tonight.
Yeah, there's been just enough that's happened in between scores that has kept this very entertaining to watch for us. Hopefully for the folks out there listening, and you sprinkle in all those spectacular plays by Mr. Waller, and it's pretty exciting.
Perry dropping back, looking to the right side. Now he's got pressure, and he rolls out. And see if he tries to get to that edge. He does. He gets out. Maybe he stepped out of bounds a little before the line of scrimmage. We'll see. And actually before that, too. So he's going to get a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, just running for his life right there. Did a good job getting it back near the line of scrimmage, but just nobody open downfield to pass to. Spartans playing good defense right now, and we're under 2 minutes to go here. So the goal now is just to get out of here with no more injuries tonight and move on to next week.
Quick snap, throw it out to the left side, not ready for it, and it falls incomplete. Neither the defensive back or the receiver saw that one coming. It just landed in front of them.
Yeah. That was I believe a timing pattern, and it might have been
timing was off.
Might have been out of time.
As we are close to being out of time in this one, 1:20 and counting in the running clock 40-0 Alexander leads, and River Valley with the football facing third or fourth and 11. Going to go for this one again. Perry drops back to the right side, rolling again, and tosses this one sidearm, but it is picked off. Spartans get him another turnover. I think that's Bateman. Bateman's going to bring it back across midfield out towards the 44-yard line or so. And Bateman adds himself a little bit of maybe not so fast on that player of the game.
Yeah, it's been all Bateman in the fourth quarter, really. So the clock stops on the change of possession, but it looks like we're only going to need maybe 2 more kneel downs.
Yep.
And this one will be over, and Alexander will have a homecoming victory.
And their first victory in the TVC Ohio this year as well. And then they got to go on the road to the Buckeyes next week, and that's good momentum going into that game.
Absolutely it is.
First and 10 from the 43 for Alexander. We'll see what they do here. You would assume that it would be a kneel out.
Yeah, that or a run straight up the gut.
Yep.
The clock's rolling now again. So it looks like we'll have 2 more plays, and this one will be wrapped up.
And these do look like a victory formation of sorts. A couple players not sure where they're supposed to be lined up, though. So we got a late player coming on the field.
You're seeing some new people out in different positions.
Just not sure that they've run this formation this season as they do kneel it down. So that will do it. And that should do the game as well. As Alexander, 40-0, big winner here tonight against River Valley. We're going to take a break, and we'll bring you the post-game show on the other side. It's the game of the week, Wild Country 107.7.
I'm Dr. Amy Maggard, and I'm a pediatrician at Holzer in Athens. Choosing to practice here meant coming home for me, and I'm able to give back to the community that I love. When it comes to local health care, think Holzer first.
I'm Dr. Aaron Ramsey, and I've been a chiropractor here at Holzer Athens for 20 years. I love this community and its people. That's why I choose to work and raise my family here. It's all about community, and that's why I think Holzer first.
Tri-County Career Center offers students the opportunity to earn industry-recognized credentials in fields like cosmetology, welding, diesel agriculture, and sports medicine. Our programs focus on teaching job-specific skills that prepare you for the workforce, military service, or college. We offer 2-year programs and short-term adult classes. Ready to learn new skills and boost your earning potential? Start today by calling 800-637-6508 or visit us online at tricountyhightech.com.
What's one of the worst feelings you can get? The one that hits you in the pit of your stomach. You can't find your keys. I have a solution. Announcing the new location of Athens Automotive Keys at 528 Richland Avenue in Athens. Dan and Gloria can take care of lost keys, transponder keys and programming, key duplication for house or business, and they now provide locksmith service. Athens Automotive Keys is open Monday through Friday, noon till 5:30 at 528 Richland Avenue, Athens. Call 740-590-6843.
If you're looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle, come to Tinks Auto Trading Post, located on State Route 13, just off of Route 33 and Columbus Road in Athens. With over 30 years of experience, you can trust that you will get a great deal at a great price. We also offer routine maintenance on your cars, such as brakes, oil changes, and tires. Tinks Auto Trading Post, where less overhead means less markup. Remember to think change for your next great car deal. Tinks Auto Trading Post, 740-594-8465, or visit us on the web at tinksautotradingpost.com.
Rutland Bottled Gas is a premier supplier of comfort. They make your life more comfortable with propane. Ohio and West Virginia customers have been depending on Rutland Bottled Gas as their premier supplier since 1947. With 9 locations that allow them to serve Ohio and West Virginia, it gives them the ability to service all your propane needs in a timely and efficient manner. With customized programs that'll fit your budget, such as prepaid, budget, lock-in, autofill, and market plans available. Give them a call at 740-742-2511 or visit them at rutlandbottledgas.com.
Football season is here. Keep your athletes at their best with Holzer in Athens. Dr. Jason Cox Orthopedics and Dr. Aaron Ramsey Chiropractic Care are currently accepting new patients. From follow-up care to injury repair, our healthcare team at Holzer Athens will keep your athlete in the game. Call 855-446-5937 to schedule your appointment today. That's 855-446-5937.
Discover your future at Tri-County Career Center, where students earn industry-recognized credentials in fields like nursing, HVAC, networking, and welding. Dive into a learning experience that equips you with the job-focused skills needed to succeed in the workforce, the military, or college. Whether you're eyeing our 2-year programs or adult courses, you too can boost your earning potential. Take the first step today. Call 800-637-6508 or visit us at TriCountyHighTech.com. Tri-County proudly supports all student athletes.
Tax season's greetings from your friends at H&R Block. Whether you choose to file virtually, in person, or via drop-off, let's make it a season worth celebrating. File your way with H&R Block and get upfront, transparent pricing, expert help at every step, and a max refund guarantee that means you'll ring in the season by getting every dollar you deserve. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees.
H&R Block at 507 Richland Avenue in the old Morrison School Building in Athens. 740-589-5403.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
40-0, the final score from Alexander High School. The Spartans putting up big points against the River Valley Raiders. And what gets them their first Tri-Valley Conference Ohio Division win of this season. They improved to 3-4 overall. River Valley stays winless at 0-7 now, 0-4 in league play. Nathan, how did we get here?
Well, we got here in the first half with turnovers and mistakes. And in the second half, those turnovers and mistakes by Alexander were cleaned up. The drives were finished. And before you knew it, there was a running clock in place. And Spartans came home with a victory on homecoming night. It's pretty simple. A lot of things happened in between those 2 points of of the game where there were a lot of big hits by multiple people.
Yep.
Both sides of the ball. It was a very, very intense game for what it was, being 40-0. But you know, you got to give River Valley credit. They didn't give up. They didn't quit. They played to the end. But at the end of the day, Spartans, they were just too much for the Raiders.
There's some athletes for the River Valley team. You can see, as you mentioned, 11 seniors. So they're going to have a lot of holes they got to fill coming up next year. So you hope for some of these sophomores we saw tonight that had an impact. Cash Hunt, Perry at the quarterback position, Craycraft, who we saw late in a running back spot, but also played on the perimeter. You hope those guys can kind of fill the void next year as juniors and replace these seniors and get some of these freshmen up, eighth graders becoming freshmen, and maybe build this program up a little bit because you kind of like what you saw in terms of what they were trying to do, but the execution just not there tonight.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't have the you can try to do what you want to do. You just don't have the talent to get it done. And that's kind of a little bit of what we saw tonight in terms of River Valley. But, you know, you talk about the sophomores on this team and how impactful they were at different points throughout tonight's ball game. But if you can get those, first of all, you got to get those kids back. Second of all, you got to extend that roster. You got to get more kids to come out. If you're
competition,
you're down in Bidwell, you got to get more kids to come out. Maybe there are a couple kids walking the hallways that could make an impact on this team, and those are the kids you need to get. And also, we mentioned it early in the broadcast. The middle school team is 5-1. They're 4-0 in the TVC Ohio or TVC right now in the junior high middle school ranks. So if there's a few eighth graders, and again, freshmen typically don't affect outcomes of football games at the varsity level. But if you can get a class of 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 kids and bring them up from freshman to sophomore year, you got your sophomores now as seniors. There you're layered, and maybe in a couple years, you know, it'll be the third year in this tenure for the head coach here. You could be looking at a vastly different team, and a team that instead of trying to find moral victories are trying to call their way to the top of the TVC Ohio.
You said it right there. When you talk about the sophomore class becoming seniors and those guys underneath them, if they can establish that culture, then they can build a winning program there, and that's what they're going to be looking to do. But tonight they're on the short end to Alexander on homecoming night, as you hear the marching band and the alumni out there playing with them tonight here in Alexander. And it was homecoming. Avery Shields was our queen, and with all respect to Christopher Harris on King tonight, the real king was Isaac Waller. Isaac Waller was an absolute monster on that field tonight. He had a 62-yard touchdown to start us out. 11:40 left in the first quarter. He scored with 37 seconds left in that first from 4 yards out. In the third quarter, he scored from 11 yards out. And then in the fourth quarter, with 5 minutes remaining, or still in the third quarter, with 5 minutes remaining in that quarter, he had a 7-yard touchdown. He had a punt block that was out of nowhere. He had a fumble recovery and had one of the hardest hits that anybody that saw it tonight will be talking about for decades for sure. Isaac Waller, the king here on homecoming for sure. Trent Mash was there to help him out. He had a touchdown with 1:33 left in the second. Roush also ran a 2-point conversion on a toss pass from Bateman. Bateman got in the scoring action with a 4-yard touchdown in the fourth quarter and also had a pick there at the end to seal it away. So a lot of stars here tonight, but one shined the brightest.
Yeah, and Bateman nearly had a pick 6 in that fourth quarter as well, too. So definitely a great game by a lot of Spartans tonight. Also, Nate Graves with a huge hit early on tonight. Want to point that out from the nose guard there. But yeah, you said it all in that first to third quarter range. Mr. Waller, what can you not do, Mr. Waller? And I'll tell you this, and obviously he's going to be our Texas Roadhouse player of the game for this week in week 7. But it's unfortunate that there's a burn ban you can't grill out because Mr. Waller has got the barbecue.
He was cooking tonight, that is sure. But yeah, congratulations to Isaac Waller on the player of the game. The only time I messed up his name all night was on the Texas Roadhouse player of the game, but we'll get that to him. And he deserves to have both of those dinners, though, not just dinner for two. He needs to have them both.
By myself.
Yep.
I just hope he doesn't flip tables and knock things over while he's in there. I mean,
nicest kid in the world, though, so I don't expect that to happen. He can turn it on in the on the football field. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to the Spartans getting their first league win here tonight. 40-0 is the score. And this is going to do it for us here on the game show, on the game of the week. That's Nathan Lamb over there. I'm Joe Higgins. Going to send it back to the studio to Mark Hunter, thanking him for keeping us on the air. And we'll see you next time.